3, 2, 1. All right.
Nice.
Sweet.
All right, let me get my fisting correct here.
Yeah, fist away, fist
All right.
away.
Just a fist.
Was this a family-friendly podcast before? Did we try to do that?
No.
Okay, I don't know if I think that was a thing originally.
Was it?
I don't know.
Well, we know that if we say
Certain words.
They'll be edited out?
Possibly. I am the
That's made our
editor.
job so much harder that we promised that
It truly
in the
has.
first episode.
I gotta go back and do that.
If it happened? Is that then no?
I can help now.
Nope.
Frick. I'm not gonna swear now, so it makes it easier for everything.
I mean, yeah.
Rats.
Just went back to like the 60s TV.
Oh, rats. God. Oh,
Gosh darn it
Merry
all.
Christmas. You know?
That's too funny. Oh, so yeah, you were saying the big Chungus?
The big Chungus.
Yeah.
Big Chungus.
Big
What
Chungus.
is-
Big Chungus. Hey,
Hey.
Big Chungus. Big Chungus taking over the world, man.
It's a
I
new-
still have no idea what Big Chungus is.
That's your
Missing
you live
out.
you living under a Big Chungus then.
Yes?
Yeah.
No?
I just know he is in TikTok. When I scroll
he's
through TikTok, he's the
king.
biggest. He's the king.
The Big Chungus.
What is he?
He's like a big like rabbit, I think.
You think?
I've just seen it. There's just photos of him.
Does he have like buck teeth? Does he have?
He might have buck teeth.
Okay. He's just so big.
He's more of like a feeling. I think.
He's
see.
more like a feeling.
He's more like a feel. Yeah.
He's an idea.
Yeah. He's a belief system.
Oh my god, he's Batman. Big Chungus is Batman.
I think. Yeah.
Someone
So
needs to draw that up now.
Ideology.
I think the first time I saw him was when Joe.
Wait!
Canucks scored. Nice.
Yes.
We're also watching the Canucks game live
Yes.
as well. We should have said that earlier.
No, well, they know now.
There you go. No, because John Cena tweeted a picture of Big Chungus.
Right.
No, Instagram posted.
Okay.
'Cause-
Just randomly?
Yeah, because that's what he does.
No caption.
No caption. He just he has like 20 million followers on
Right.
Instagram,
Yeah.
and he just posts the most. It was Erickson. Okay.
oh.
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, of course it wasn't.
Off
Okay.
the glass?
Yeah. Never mind. Okay, back to the story. This is the terrible podcast material right now. No, yeah, Big Chungus. So John Cena's it's random crap. It's like whatever he just.
That's kinda
He's like
brilliant.
the biggest memer.
Yeah.
Is John Cena.
Well, I mean, that makes
Yeah.
sense. You
Like-
can't see him.
You can't see him.
You can't.
You just can't. Yeah, it's wild.
Du-du-du-du.
Yeah. So yeah, Big Chungus. Look him up.
Nice.
I feel like I have
will-
to a bit myself as well.
Yeah, apparently.
But man,
You think he's a rabbit?
I think he's.
I
I don't know.
Might be
he's-
something. he
I might
be
actually
a
look him up. I'm gonna look up
hamster.
Big Chungus now again.
Young Jamie.
Yo, young Jamie.
Young Thomas, look it up. Pull
Oh.
up Big Chungus.
He's Big Chungus.
Yeah, he is fat. Look, you have your own computer,
What
Andy.
are you
Look
doing?
it up. Why are you
I
looking at
know, but
ours?
I'm having chocolates, okay? Just like, let me go.
What's your
What does
favorite
Big
episode
Chungus
here?
mean?
Ooh.
An
Definitely not
overweight,
Bear Brand.
giant, earth-destroying, god-killing rabbit.
Holy shit.
God killer.
So he's a fat Bugs Bunny.
Yep, that's... Oh my god.
Big Chungus.
Big
Oh,
Chungus.
sorry, I gotta.
That's amazing.
So we don't get.
So he is just...
copyright.
yeah, so he's fat, big
He's a,
sponge.
yeah, and he's a Earth Eater, apparently, as well. So yeah,
I love it.
Big Chungus, watch out. He's taking over.
Good.
Yeah, there was COVID, and now there's obviously Big Chungus.
Obviously.
So that's how things go.
It's the better way to go, honestly.
You know, if Minnesota scored.
God damn.
Oh well. Yeah, if you had to choose between Big Chungus or
COVID?
like taking out the world,
Big Chungus.
Oh, Big Chungus.
I go
for
Big
sure.
Chungus. Right? At least make it fun.
Exactly. He'd
Yeah.
entertain us
Give
well.
us a fighting chance.
Destroying us.
Yeah,
I mean, the bigger he gets, the easier of a target, right?
I guess.
Unlike COVID.
Yeah, you can't like attack COVID.
Yeah.
You can't like
You can
make it
try and
go-
prevent, and that's it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that
Top
was
left
sad.
corner. That was sad.
But
I'm
Big
sorry.
Chungus though. But how do you take out Big Chungus though? He is, according to this, a earth-destroying, giant, overweight bunny.
Can bunnies catch COVID?
Ooh.
Ooh, snap!
COVID comes
COVID versus Big Chungus.
back. Ooh.
The
That's
small versus the big.
I'd watch that.
I watched that.
I feel like that'd be the worst, like, kind of like Godzilla Mothra battle ever. It'd just be
What if John Cena is COVID because you can't see him, and then that was what the Instagram post
So he was
about?
just teasing the oncoming battle.
Oh snap!
Shit.
WrestleMania, here it comes.
And the battle is basically just Big Chungus having a seizure.
That is way too dark. Way too dark.
Yeah. Wild times.
Well, that's good to know.
Minnesota Wild Times.
Big
Chungus.
Chungus. How was your guys' week, boys?
Pretty good. Well,
Yeah.
Not too bad.
Nice.
Yeah.
Got back to playing Ghost of Tsushima, which is good times.
Nice.
Played the Avengers beta this morning,
I didn't.
which I was skeptical about going into it, just because it's been, I don't know, it's just it wasn't looking that great initially, but it actually is pretty good. It's pretty impressive. I think the thing that people were concerned about was if every character would actually feel like different.
them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they managed to pull it off so far, at least with all the characters that I got to play in the beta.
Is it kind of like Marvel Ultimate Alliance, but just
Kinda. Yeah,
More
it's like
realistic?
on steroids, basically.
Okay.
It's Ultimate Alliance on steroids, with like really good graphics, I guess. Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, it seems really ambitious what they want to do with the game, because it's like, you get the base game and then they're going to add shit post-launch,
yeah?
supposedly for free, but I'm sure there'll be some.
Something.
Everybody's got to make money.
Yeah.
So,
loot boxes
yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Is there only the 5?
So I think you start off with the 5 main. So it's like what? Iron Man, Cap, Thor, Hulk, Widow,
Yep.
and then you get to play as Miss Marvel, because she's kind of like the person who brings them all back together. And then they're gonna have like a bunch of post-launch characters like Hawkeye and.
Is it more cinema related,
No, it's
Avengers,
its own
or is
thing.
it comic?
It's its
More
own
comic,
universe.
okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like this Spider-Man.
The Marvel
PS4
video
thing.
game universe, the MVU. Yeah, that's a thing now.
VGU.
Yeah.
I guess. No, I don't know.
MGU?
It's not really like it
Gaming
has nothing to do
Universe.
with like the Spider-Man.
Yeah, so it's
PS4,
all-
for
it's all
example.
independent
its own
stuff, right?
Speaking of Spider-Man, he's an exclusive character to that game for PlayStation.
Which, like, I know me and Kristen were talking last week when we didn't record a second
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah.
We just had a long debate about
Right after the first one.
right after the first one.
Yeah.
About exclusivity and how its negative effect on gamers for games, right?
Right.
I think that's a great example of how that does kind of suck for
Yeah,
for
totally.
Xbox players, right?
Especially if they're gonna do stuff like crossplay. Can you imagine an Xbox player playing with a PlayStation player, but that PlayStation player has Spider-Man? It's like
Yeah.
you're never gonna be able to play this character.
Yeah.
That will be weird.
Unless Xbox get Venom. Then I feel like that'd
yeah.
be amazing.
That would be pretty
if they
badass.
drop that suddenly, then there you go. That's gonna be
Yeah.
like
That'll be pretty badass.
Yeah.
That'll kind of
Like, is it because Sony owns Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
That's they own his movie rights, at least, not necessarily video game rights, but they have that relationship
Yeah.
already, so they're just kind
Okay.
of they're like, well, if we can make money out of this.
And Xbox is Master Chiefs and Avengers. That would actually be pretty cool.
That would also be cool,
pretty
yeah.
dope. Yeah.
That'd be sweet.
like he's just actively trying to kill them though. That'd be just really
yeah.
dark.
It's
Yeah.
just, yeah, that'd be great. That'd be hilarious.
When does it come out?
Next month,
Oh, cool.
September, I don't know, 4th, something like that.
There's an open, because that was the one for if you pre-order the game, right? And then there's
So there's an open beta next week.
Nice. I'll probably
and
get
then
on
I
that.
think the week after as well. So, yeah, but I won't be next to my PlayStation for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So, tried it out today.
Nice.
It's pretty good.
Well, it's cool because if you buy it now, PS5, you get free upgrade.
That's right.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
What do you mean?
Also,
if you get
PS5
free
is
upgrade?
backwards compatible, so isn't it just like, can't you just...
Yeah, but I think if it's backwards compatible, like, you could play the PS4 Avengers game, but you get the upgrade to PS5, better graphics,
got
other
it.
features,
Okay,
whatever,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
If they
I
do
see
have
what you
that.
mean. That's
Yeah.
cool. I didn't really think about that, but yeah, that makes sense. That's pretty neat.
Although I'm
Yeah.
someone, like, when I play a game, I usually play it for, like, the week or whatever and binge it. Like, single-player games.
Yeah.
Or even kind of co-op games.
Yeah.
I don't go back to play too many.
Yeah, this seems to be more I mean, it has a single player campaign, but once you're done that, it seems to be more in the realm of co-op online. Get a band of like four player teams, and then you just going.
That's how you got to
a
play
bunch of missions.
Avengers. Your one dude's the
Yeah,
Hulk.
it's
Your one
Avengers,
guy's
yeah.
Thor. That's
Yeah,
you got to do
exactly.
it like that. That's
Exactly.
like the rules.
So you want it to be team based. Again, I really wish they would add like local multiplayer, but no dice.
No dice.
So that's okay.
That would be the dream.
Someday. PS5.
Is there crossplay? Do they say that?
They haven't announced anything.
haven't announced it yet.
They're. I feel like they'll probably add it eventually.
I feel like it's hard though with the exclusive characters.
That's the
That's
thing.
like, how do you even do that?
Yeah, that'd be weird.
Yeah.
It's like I want to be Spider-Man.
I guess you could outlaw Spider-Man in crossplay. Like they could just do that.
Yeah, but I guess. Yeah, I guess you could just like disable that character for that time. I don't know.
But again, with the exclusivity thing, like, is there any word if the other sides are like the other devices are getting their own thing or?
Not
No.
not right now. It's because I mean, it seems like because you know how Ubisoft tends to go with. It seems that it goes with Xbox with a lot of its releases. Like these different developers have certain partnerships with
Yeah.
companies. So it looks like right now Square Enix is going with PlayStation because they've been with PlayStation through like Final Fantasy and all this
Yep.
shit. So like I guess they've had a pre-established relationship. So even like regardless of the Spider-Man thing, like PlayStation seems to be getting a lot more extra like early access stuff or like that kind of shit. Just like how Ubisoft does that with Xbox in terms of like they're doing the similar idea where if you get something on the Xbox One, you can get the Xbox Series X version for free,
Yeah.
right? So it's the same idea.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, because I remember back in like the last gen, or almost like 2 gens ago, for all the Call of Duties, you would get like maps on the Xbox
Right.
first, the bonus
Yeah.
maps, the like DLC maps before PS3.
Yeah, I think that makes
It
sense
was
to them.
Yeah, it's probably just a thing that Microsoft paid for. Like, hey, we want Activision. Here's a bunch of
Also,
money.
it just seemed like everybody was playing Call of Duty on Xbox, so
Yeah.
it just made the most sense to make that
Oh yeah,
happen.
yeah, and that was kind of one of the problems when they moved from Xbox 360 to Xbox One. They invested so much on that,
Yeah, and they
on those Call of Duties and all those giant third parties, and then
didn't get anything.
they
in
did
return.
not. Yeah, pretty much.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, but no, yeah. Back then, like who played PS3 like Call of Duty and stuff, and
Yeah.
it wasn't.
I played Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare. That was fun.
Yeah,
I played the campaign. It was fun.
Campaign,
I
this-
wasn't expecting it to be good, but it was.
the second one, the Modern Warfare 2 is
Rather remastered,
remastered.
right?
It's on
Yeah.
PlayStation Plus now.
Oh,
to download
cool.
for free.
Nice.
Yeah,
Check it out.
yeah, it's
It'll
cool.
be fun.
Especially like with the updated graphics when you played them like 10 years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
The entire thing.
Yeah, I did see a comparison video of that, and it looked pretty good. It was pretty impressive. I mean, it was pretty impressive when it first
Oh,
came
yeah.
out, too. So that was
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, it was pretty neat to see that.
Sweet. Yeah, I'm back on Season 5 Warzone.
Oh, it's
Launched.
on 5 now.
Yeah,
huh?
Season 5. They opened up the stadium.
Oh, cool. So you can go in it?
So you can go in the stadium. So they blew the
Nice.
roof off stadium.
Nice.
So you can land in it.
In it.
Actually, I have my phone's charging, but there's like, so I downloaded the update like Tuesday night, first game. Everyone jumps out of the plane, and there's like 150 people landing on the stadium because it opened up, right? And that was the main
Awesome.
thing, and it was just like all these characters. It was
That's amazing.
wild, and I died like right
Just a
away and stuff.
bloodbath.
Yeah, it was
Well,
pretty
that's
cool.
fun at least. A nice
Yeah.
chaotic quick match kind of thing.
Yeah,
right?
so it's not like a giant like football field stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool.
That sounds pretty wicked.
Yeah, and they did it's now called Mini Royale, where it's rather than like 40 3-player teams or like 45 3-player teams, they have 25 or 20.
Okay.
And it's like the map's like half the size, and there's only like 2 or 3 circles, so it's done in like 15
so
minutes.
super quick
Super
matches.
quick, yeah. Those are pretty fun.
That's
That'd
kind
be
of
fun
neat.
to try out. I
Yeah.
wouldn't mind downloading it again to.
Yeah, try
Yeah.
a quick one like that.
Yeah, because with those, it's just like
Get in, get out.
it's get out. Yeah, it's like okay, loot a bit, get some guns. Your loadout drops in like a minute. Grab your loadout, but then
nice.
there's like 3 or 4 loadouts next to each other, so
Right.
it's just like
So it's just-
everyone's like batting to get their loadout and stuff, and then planning. Okay, where's the circle gonna end, and then trying to get there. It's cool. It's fun. Yeah, it's especially compared to like the long Warzone games that are like an hour long.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly. It's a nice change of pace.
Yeah, it's a cool little add-on. But with those games, so they have like the solos, the duos, the quads, right, that are the staples. Then they add these new modes, and they've removed them like a week later. usually.
Oh.
Yeah, they only have them for a
Oh.
little bit.
Like a little taster. Like you have
Yeah.
to keep coming back because you don't know what style might be.
I think that's what their mindset is. Like, oh, we keep throwing in new things to make it fun. But like, I get into this. Oh, cool. Like, what's this new thing? And I get into playing it, and they take it out, and I'm like, oh.
That seems
But
weird.
Yeah.
do you think like that's kind of their plan? Because then, aside from you always getting into this new thing, it's like you don't realize how frustrating that might be because no one has too much time to get used to it. You know?
Yeah,
So it's like
maybe.
I mean, it might just be a rotation thing just to keep things always appearing.
I think it's
Yeah,
to keep
that's
things
the ultimate.
keep things fresher, but
Yeah.
and maybe it is a pain to have all these different servers running with these different games
Yeah.
on their end.
True.
So yeah, it's probably pretty
It's a
costly.
pretty heavy game to begin with, so then they just keep rotating
Yeah.
between them.
Like the game size is like there was a one person posted on like Instagram. It was their PS4 hard drive,
Yeah.
and it was NBA 2K and Call of Duty, and that's all they could have.
Yeah.
on their hard drive. Like I could only have 2 games on my PS4.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't think they could even do it because they couldn't download the update so they couldn't even have 2 games. It was like they had to choose
Oh, bummer.
between what game to have.
Oh my
And
god.
I'm like, that's whack.
That is the life
Yeah.
that we live right now.
But no, yeah, but I think
Crazy.
I've come to the point where I'm like, okay, Warzone, that's my like online game I play that I'm
Yeah.
like pretty good at. I can win games. I'm done like trying to find other ones. I'm like, okay, I'm settled.
This is the one.
This is the one, at least for now. Like the new one comes out in November and stuff. But like I
Wait,
bought
what new one?
the new Call of Duty.
Oh, I see. What's that called?
I think it's like Cold. They haven't announced it yet, but I think it's like Cold War based.
Okay. They haven't announced it yet?
No,
But it comes
it's-
out in 3 months?
Yeah, it might be delayed.
Wild.
It's very weird. Although all Call of Duties have always come out in November since 2006 or
Yeah.
5 even. So it would be very
Damn.
strange if there's not a Call of Duty in November. But I guess they also haven't worked on a Call of Duty this much since a game is launched, like they have with Modern Warfare, with
Yeah.
Warzone.
Right.
But I don't know. I don't know. But no, like I bought Rainbow Six. What was it called? Siege? No. Is that the new one? Not the new
I
one.
think that was it. Yeah.
That
Rainbow
was
Six.
I think that was their latest one because that's the one where you're rating houses, right? Like you're
Yeah.
you're either
Yeah,
a group
Rainbow
that's
Six
inside
Siege. I
or
think that's the game.
you can like blow down the walls. And
Yeah.
with, like charges and.
Quarantine's the new one coming out next year though,
I
which
know.
is fun.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
It's called Quarantine.
Of course
I
it
wonder
is.
if they're gonna go through a name change or keep it. They have to keep
They
it.
got to keep
right?
it.
Yeah.
Although it's also like what a weird like but that just released now. That would be the best
I
marketing.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Best unintentional marketing ever.
Totally.
Or is it? Okay, no. Yeah.
Let's not go down that
Yeah,
conspiracy
no.
lane.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It was all who produces Rainbow Six?
Ubisoft?
Ubisoft. It was all Ubisoft. Give us bloody Splinter Cell. I want a new Splinter Cell game.
Wait, didn't
It's
they
a longer
announce a new
rant.
Splinter
They've
Cell?
not. They
No.
a TV show, I think.
Oh, that's what that
Yeah,
is.
but that's been in the works forever.
Yeah,
hasn't
it's
it?
like
They were
in
doing a movie
development
with
now.
George Clooney back in like 2005.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, when George
Yeah.
Clooney was still in movies.
Yeah. He would have been a great Sam Fisher. Now he's
Oh,
way
he
too
would've
old.
wicked, yeah.
He doesn't even
actually-
act anymore, does he?
I feel like they based Sam Fisher off of George. They look so similar.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They do actually.
They may have.
But I feel like Sam Fisher's more gruff. Like Clooney's got a little bit more of a suave kind.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him, or I don't remember him. And
Well,
even if he's been in one, like I
Yeah,
don't
I feel like
remember
he's
him
been
as
in. I
being
feel like
very-
I've seen Clooney in like.
Well, whenever we
dirty
think
mo-
about Clooney, the first thing is like Ocean's 11, right?
Yeah.
Like that's basically where my head goes. Not
yeah,
Batman.
exactly. But that's very suave, right? Like
Yeah.
so
Exactly.
even Batman, his version was
His
kind of,
nipples,
like,
his-
cartoony and- yeah,
His buttocks.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
exactly.
Uh,
I mean,
someone had to say yes to that. Like, someone was like, you know what? Yes, nipples. That's
Oh,
a great
wait,
idea.
what was the guy? The Joel Schumacher?
Yeah.
He was thumbs up all day for all that stuff.
That's true.
Yeah.
He claimed that there was a darker version to his movie, but I'm like,
I feel like every director now is going to be claiming, "Oh no,
Yeah.
you see,
It's like,
there's
my
another
director's cut,
version,"
though.
and it's like, fuck off.
it's like, well, not everybody is Zack Snyder.
Yeah.
But at, the
At
same
least he gets
time-
to do what he wants to do now.
That's
which is
true.
Nice.
I'm excited to see the.
I'm intrigued.
Is it Justice
I'm
League
curious.
and Batman versus Superman they're doing,
no,
or
it's
just
just
Justice League?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It'll be interesting.
Did Zack Snyder do Batman versus Superman?
Yeah.
Yep.
He did. Okay. It makes sense. It's like the same movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the same
Yeah,
tone.
it's just the same tone. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the continuation.
I watched like 10 minutes of Justice League, honestly, and then I was like,
It's painful.
it's just so much It's just the same
just
vibes.
makes the rest of the movies bad. Where I'm like, the rest of the movies are not perfect by any means, but they're not as bad as Justice League.
See, that's like when it comes to like the Schumacher Batmans, they're at least very fun.
That's true.
That's true.
Like
I really liked Batman and Robin when I was a kid.
Oh, I love. Like I had one of the Robin tank. I had the
like the
dual
bike.
tank, the
Yeah,
bike.
yeah.
Frick. It's the best kids movie.
And I mean, like Arnie, like all of his fucking
The
catchphrases.
iced puns are
Freeze.
legendary.
Come on.
Yeah. Who killed the dinosaurs? The
Ice
Ice Age.
Classic.
Yeah. And Batman Forever, like Jim Carrey's like very funny in that
He was
movie.
great too. Yeah. He was a good Riddler.
Yeah, and the whole like Two-Face and like how they set up Two-Face's like office with like the good side and the bad side.
Yeah, I forgot
It's very
about
well,
that.
like it's like the costume
creative.
design and stuff, and the setting is the set design is very cool.
Yeah. It's like they basically took Tim Burton's kind of more gothic setting of Batman and then brought Adam West's more campy
That's
setting.
actually very good.
Let's
That's
combine
true.
the two.
Which in theory wouldn't be that bad.
Can I interrupt for 1 second? Welcome to Swamp Life. We are the Swamp Cast. We're sorry about the delay in introductions.
This is true.
We got caught up in the big Chungus.
Yeah.
Yeah, the big Chungus derailed straight away.
Yeah.
Dude, the big Chungus though.
And then we just cycle through. And it just keeps
We
repeating
just
every
repeat
20
the
minutes.
podcast, start again, and we go through the whole thing again.
He is a world eater.
He's causing us to be in a 20-minute spiral, the same
God
podcast.
damn.
That's how he really gets you. You think you're going to get eaten, but he eats your mind
Yeah.
first.
Sponsored by Big Chungus. Hungry? Get a Chungus.
Or before he gets you.
It does sound kind of like one of those oversized Snickers bars, a Big Chungus.
Yeah, the big Chungus.
Yeah.
It's like, what'd you go for, the regular or the big Chungus?
That is the best version of
I got a bunch of
suicide,
mini
yeah.
Chunguses from Halloween. Just the Halloween mini.
That seems like an oxymoron. Mini Chungus.
Mini
Like,
Chungus.
in itself
Chungus.
is like, that sounds big. That's too funny.
Wild. How was your week, Christian? on a Chungus scale, how would you rate your week?
To big Chungus,
Medium Chungus, or like
small, little Chungus,
Halloween size Chungus candy?
little boy Chungus.
It's been pretty Chungus.
Just keeps Chungusing along.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, there you go. The chug. Yeah.
Yeah, that's been pretty Chungus. It's been pretty good. We made our pitch.
Yeah,
And yeah, that's as far as I remember.
Pretty
I did
much.
We
my-
were planning on
Most of the
pitching a
week.
few tents.
Yes,
We did.
Yeah.
But at least we got to hike.
We did hike.
Yeah,
We meant camping.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we meant camping. That's a replay.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, camping didn't happen.
No. Maybe
No.
another time.
It seems like you almost have to plan
to camp.
to camp.
The irony.
Is that really ironic?
Well, I mean, camping seems like a relatively impulsive thing to do. I don't know.
I get you.
Well, it's
You
just
were
the
saying that. I'm like, I guess.
It's more of the idea of just being outside, but you have to book to be outside.
Now, even before that, like, all right, remember when we went,
We can
were
just-
at the foot of the hike, and then we're like, oh, okay, and they had the, are you prepared for this hike thing? And we looked, and there were like 6 things, and we're like, we have 2 of those things. It's like we weren't even properly prepared for the
For a
hike.
hike.
like
True.
for camping, you need to be prepared. You need
At
to
least we
plan.
brought water, and we were way more prepared than my hike the week before I went on.
Wait, you didn't? Oh yeah.
No,
you
we
did.
didn't bring water. No, my buddy brought water, drank it before we got on the hike. I brought sunscreen, which is good for already actually a lot for me to bring on a hike. No, because in my mind, like
Better than me, yeah.
like the challenge of it is like you don't get food or water until that's mental. It's a mental battle too.
True.
That's
Yeah,
my
until
that's
you
my
physically
explanation.
run out of energy.
That's my explanation for forgetting it.
Like your reward on top is
No,
water.
because you don't have water, so you gotta go
true.
back down.
You have to, yeah.
Yeah, so you got to keep going, right?
True.
That's my explanation for just being lazy and forgetting water.
Although when we were in Hong Kong, it was really good when we got on the other side to have like a nice cold beer.
That was nice.
Yeah.
Really good.
That was a proper reward and a beach to yourself, pretty much.
And a beach.
Yeah,
That was
Yep.
sweet.
yeah. And then
Good old times.
yeah. Now we just had lukewarm beer at the top of the mountain as well.
Yep. And then had
Yes,
to carry
yeah. Yes, we
the
did.
nasty cans down.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
Ah, nature.
So yeah. So I guess next time we'll plan camping
Well, yeah.
in advance before.
Before.
Were they down 3-0 the Leafs? Okay, well I'll talk about this later. That's wild. No, they weren't.
Yeah, I guess so.
What? No. Okay, this is not relevant but
Well, it is a game.
it is a
so
game. That's true. Then and NHL is a sport. So the Leafs were up 3-0 and blew it the last game, and this game they were down 3-0 with 4 minutes to go, and they came. That is a most non-Maple Leaf thing to do. Wow, that's cool. Okay,
Hey, man.
Must be so proud.
COVID does weird shit to
COVID
people.
does weird shit. That is wild. Okay.
These are weird times. Weird times. So would you compare like hiking and camping to like an open world game?
Oh, dude.
Oh!
Dude, that was a
this
transition.
guy. Look at
Oh,
this
wow.
Yes, sir, I would.
Oh, I'm getting a beer. That was a good transition.
Can you get me one too?
I'll have a brandy
Ah,
because I'm a pompous fool.
God damn. That is a great transition and very true. Yes, I would say so. I think looking at some of the landscapes and just the views, that's very open world-ish. I mean, we were talking about that while we were on the hike of like, well, not an open world game, but even just like people from the past being on the same hike that we were doing. And essentially in open world games, you tend to play a lot of like those kind of characters like warriors or travelers, wanderers.
Yeah. And you can go like off the beaten path.
Yeah.
You can, and there's like areas where like you can't, you just like, I would think I'm like, okay, in a video game, you just wouldn't be able to go there.
Right. Yeah,
Kind
because
of.
they have not designed that level.
Yes. Yeah.
But in open worlds,
And for their advertisement, they always have you on top of a mountain looking at, wow, you can see everything
true.
from here.
And
kind
if
of
you
like,
see that, you can go there.
Yeah. And we can in real life.
Exactly.
It's a
crazy.
lot. Yeah.
It's like you see that port, you can go there.
Like,
Take a ferry.
I feel like that's why open world games I'm not the hugest fan of always. Like there's
you
big
can just
big
go
exceptions. I feel like I feel like I'm just not a good person when I'm doing it because I'm like if they're too realistic in open world, I'm just like
so much work.
although actually I like the realistic ones like GTA. I don't know what my point is. Okay, do you want the cranberry tangerine or the guava lime? They taste the exact same. So it doesn't actually really matter.
Guava lime.
Okay.
Could you hand me the cup behind you?
Refresh.
Other side. Other side. Other side. Other side.
Keep trying.
Other side.
You'll get it.
No, like other side and down. Other side and down.
You're getting closer.
Yep, that side and down.
This one?
Yes, sir.
I did it.
It's just gonna be a lot of other side, other side, other side. Donka donka. You guys ordered your cracks?
Crackers. So open
Yeah.
world games. That's our
Yeah.
topic for today.
That's yep.
I guess should we go around and name our favorite and
Favorite?
least favorite one? That's
Oh,
fun.
Ooh, sure.
We can do that. Like
Sure.
favorite, and then we'll go around, and then we'll do least favorite.
And go around.
And we'll go
Oh,
around.
so-
Got it.
Yeah.
How about you start?
Okay. Crap. It's like when you're at a
Thought you were
restaurant.
prepared for
It's like
this.
when you're at a restaurant and you have the menu and you're like,
I can
ready to
say-
order, but it's bring away, and then you're not ready to order.
I'm ready to order the bread, please.
I'm gonna open up my menu I have here.
I can start while you do
No,
that.
I'm ready.
Oh, okay.
Salut.
Salut.
I would probably say Elder Scrolls Oblivion's probably my favorite one. It's the one I played the most hours of. Between that and like Fallout 3, I would say. I think being kind of in your teens and being younger, you have a lot of time on your hand. Like we have a lot of time now as well. But
Yeah. I know what
you also
mean.
like more imaginative as well. So and you also
Crueler, much more cruel.
crueler. You're a kid. You can't go a lot of places because you're a child. Right? So now we can go places. Back then you're a kid. You can't go anywhere.
Oh yeah, more
just the
freedom.
mall.
Just the mall, right? Pretty much.
Well-
So yeah, so Elder Scrolls with like the Dark Brotherhood, all those guilds, the Thieves Guild, the Fighters Guild, that was awesome. The main story was cool. Combat was kind of weird. Did you guys play it? Oblivion?
No, I didn't play Oblivion. No.
Have you played any of the Elder Scrolls?
Yeah.
Skyrim?
Skyrim. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
I was like, what was the other one? Oh yeah.
the big
Yeah,
big one.
the big
Well,
one.
the latest big one. Yeah, no, I played all through Oblivion because I was healing from my spine surgery and lying in bed and had nothing to do. So
That's
was
a
like,
perfect game for that.
oh yeah, no, it was great because at that point, like the graphics were amazing. Like now we'll look at it and go, oh my god, really? But at that point, it was like, wow, this is mind blowing,
Oh,
and
it
I
was
get to walk
amazing.
outside because I can't move right now. And wiggling my toes really sucks. And then, yeah, no, it was great. I really enjoyed it. That was a great introduction to it.
Yeah, it was my other than like Grand Theft Auto and stuff. I guess San Andreas would count as well. That's also a personal
That's
favorite.
true. I have played those before that. I think this was the first one that I really got into.
Because I would say that the GTA open world's a bit different than kind of the Elder Scrolls open world.
That's true.
Because there were no side quests really in GTA.
Yeah.
It was the main. You could go around and do kind of crazy stuff, especially in the older ones. But the stories and anything kind of gameplay wise, with any sort of meaning, was all the main story, right?
Do you think maybe that's like a big difference between certain, like distinguishing two types of open world, right? Is one's open world RPG where you get to play, like you're playing a character that you can choose and make, right?
Yeah.
And the other one's just open world, but it's really, that's not the main highlight. It's you. You're given these missions, and that's what makes you explore the world.
When you say RPG, like you're referring to like character creation and customization.
Yeah, I guess that's not strictly RPG. RPG is just playing
Like with
as a
RPG
character.
elements, maybe like a character that's still like, I guess like Witcher, for example. If you take Geralt and then you can still like give him his own armor, or I don't know, whatever, something like that.
That's true. I feel like I'm walking back a lot of what I just said.
No, but that's they are two different types, right? Like where one is it is an open world, but you can kind of explore it and kind of
Yeah, it's more of an option.
it's more of an option. It's
Like
and you can
Yeah.
drive everywhere, kill civilians, whatever. Like the GTA type, right? Which is also like your Saints Row, your Watch Dogs, similar stuff like that as well.
Right.
And then you have your Witchers, your even Far Cry's a bit, your Elder Scrolls, where they're more living, breathing worlds with a lot more to actually do, and right.
more
The
fantasy,
world
those
takes
ones, too.
center stage.
Yeah, and the story's kind of a bit of a backstory to it almost.
Yeah, it's
A
more
little
about
bit.
actually like being a part of the world as opposed to the main story. Like the main story is interesting as well, but you get like almost distracted in all these other things that are happening around you that you don't even pay attention to the main story as much.
I think a lot of it comes down to those RPG elements, because if you look at like Red Dead Redemption 2, even that's got a ton of side stuff to do as well,
Yeah,
right? So I think it
yeah.
really kind of comes down to those RPG elements, upgrading your character, designing your character, the customization as well,
Yeah.
right? To kind of distinguish those two.
Yeah, I think
Kinda
that's a
open
big
world
thing for
games.
me in terms of like the RPG elements, because it's just fun to just make your own version of that character. I don't know. I found that pretty...
It makes you more like immersed in the world.
Yeah.
I think it can be important. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of games tend to like, especially right now, they seem to be doing the RPG thing a lot because it's just like you said, it's more immersive, I guess.
But well, see that's like when you say like the RPG thing, we're talking specifically about you making a character from scratch, right? Or are you mean like, because role playing could just mean like, for example, with because I just had more of a thought mid what I was saying before, and realized, well, actually, like you are role playing as this other character that's more defined with their wants and stuff, right? The difference is between one and the other is one that you're creating from scratch is kind of quite plain, you know? So you have to put in the other elements that you want. You have to put in that work of saying, okay, this guy's going to be a thief, or this guy's going to be a mage,
Right.
or whatever, right?
It's from scratch.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what we're talking about when we say...
That's the
RPG.
clarification that I was asking when you mentioned the RPG, because especially now...
Because I'm realizing that, that both
Yeah.
of those things are still bundled into one.
Exactly, like, because like now they tend to have RPG elements for any...
Every game.
Every
almost.
game,
Because
essentially.
the basketball games have RPG elements.
Exactly,
too, right?
so yeah,
That's
like...
true, I guess, with...
I think what is the I guess Elder Scrolls is kind of like you basically make your own character, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
all
it's
those
an
RPG, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I think like the distinguishing part is this is an RPG, but I think I'm not sure if there's an actual name for it, but if we call it like a clean slate RPG, where
Right.
the character that you're creating literally has nothing defining except for whatever you want to add to them, right? But let's say the game you're playing, Ghost of
Oh yeah, Ghost of Tsushima, yeah.
Yeah, so that one is technically an RPG because you are role playing as the main character, right?
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
That's what I mean by role playing, right?
Right.
Like RPG, like
Yeah.
role playing game. So you're playing as this character, but it doesn't have like but he is not a
But
clean
he is
slate. He is
Exactly.
Like,
he's a defined character.
Yeah, so he's a molded character that you have to step into their shoes,
Exactly.
right? But because it's also open world, right? And it's also like you can make somewhat of like a decision of at least how you play and the armor that you wear, right?
For sure, yeah.
And lean into like if you're going to be more samurai or ninja, right? Like,
Yeah.
So if that's the case, then it's like you are technically role playing as this character and making slight decisions. It's not as open and not as free, I imagine, but it's not a clean slate RPG. That's what I'm just calling it.
Yeah,
I'm not
that
sure
makes
if
sense.
there's probably a real term for this.
I'm sure.
Probably. But I think that it's changed over the past 10 years, right? I think there was a wider spectrum on this, right? Because I think back when GTA was open world back in like 2001 with GTA 3 compared to Morrowind of the Elder Scrolls, those were entirely different games, right? But now with like Red Dead Redemption 2, I guess GTA 5 a bit as well, compared to Skyrim, they've molded a bit, right?
Yeah.
So I think they've just kind of come closer together and and I'm sure that even
kind of taking things from each other.
yeah, a bit, right?
I think it works, to be honest.
I think it does. I think because for me, when it comes nowadays to playing games, I don't like games that are overly long in a weird way, right? I kind of like one of the reasons I enjoyed Last of Us 2 so much was it was action all day long.
Yeah.
Right? It was story all day long as well, right?
And there was an end, like
yeah.
Eventually.
Eventually. Right? Like
yes.
Oh my god, eventually.
yeah.
I can't believe you gave up.
Gave up 5 minutes before the ending. Wow.
You spent 4 hours. Just another
Watching it. Like you watched
I was watching, that's
yeah.
the thing. Like so I never had that energy of playing to hook me. As everyone, all the Pauls would know if
All
they
the
had watched
Pauls.
the previous episode.
Yeah.
Too funny.
They have to. Like you can't just watch this episode without watching the other ones.
Exactly.
It's
Don't upset Big Chungus.
you
man.
can't upset Big Chungus. No, it's what's it called when it's the episodes are there's continuity.
Right.
There's giant continuity. So don't think you can just watch this episode, watch episode 7, watch it. No.
Just watch them all.
Watch them all. Pokemon.
Listen to them.
Yeah, so I think and then there's Horizon Zero Dawn as well, which I try to get into.
I tried to.
I liked a lot of it. A ton of it I liked. But with open world games, the biggest problem for me I find is leaving them and going back into them.
Okay.
Right? Because for me, like when I play a game, I like to go in that world and then just stay there for like a little bit, right? Play the game for like, I don't know, 20, 30 hours, and I'm in that world and I'm there and that's good. That's going, right? With open world games, it's harder because when you leave that world, you go back into it, you're kind of like, okay, what's going on? What are my quests?
Oh yeah, what was I
right?
up to
What was I
last? Yeah.
doing? Where am I? How do you do this? What's the story? So I find it's harder to leave open world games for like a couple weeks and go back into them, right?
That's why I've restarted
Yeah.
Skyrim like 400 times.
Yeah, because you get so into the world that I feel like it's harder to get back into it compared to like a.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
'Cause my perception of that is completely the opposite.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I played Ghost of Tsushima when it came out. Then I stopped because we had the thing to do. And then I got back into it yesterday. So there was like maybe like a week and a half, 2 weeks of not playing it. And then I got back into it. And I certainly wasn't as good as I was when I was playing it initially because you're just getting used to the controls and shit again or like your timing or whatever. But like I just got right back in it and I was just like, I just want to see more of this world because I hadn't explored all of it yet.
But that's because that is not a completely blank slate RPG, right? Like if we're playing like Skyrim and stuff.
Yes.
Like,
Horizon isn't so much as well.
No, Horizon's not.
Horizon's
Oh,
probably
it
very
isn't,
similar
right.
to.
It's pretty much the same as Ghost because it's just it's like Spider-Man, you know. You've got a main character and yeah.
Oh,
it's
fair
an
enough.
open world
Do you think
game.
maybe it was just like the character was going? I don't know. Like maybe it's like peaks and valleys in energy of like the story, right? And maybe
Perhaps. I think in Ghost,
You left
it's
in the wrong
it's
time.
mostly just the world. I just want to see more of it, and I know that I've only scratched the surface, and like I can get distracted really easily. But I'm not mad that I've been distracted because it just leads me to like I just found like a random shrine in the middle of like a mountain or like
write a haiku.
or write a haiku. Yeah, exactly. Like there's so many random things to do, or like find like hot springs and just chill and meditate, or like reflect on shit. And I'm like, it's just, I think that's the thing. Like it gives you, it's not just like quests being like you have to go find this person, help this person, fight this person, and then come back and get your reward. While there is that, your other quests are just like, oh, someone left a samurai sword on this shrine, and now you can collect it and add it to your arsenal. And it's like, oh, cool. That's like that's the RPG element, right? It's like now you get more stuff to customize with, or you find like random straw hats just like lying there. Now you can customize it, add that to your inventory. It's random stuff like that, and it's like, and the traversal isn't like anything new. You're just on a horse. You're just riding. It's just that everything looks very cinematic, so even when you're not doing anything, it feels like it doesn't feel mundane. Like the most mundane activity is still like beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that was one thing that really, I could just immediately just love just jumping back into the world, which I imagine was what people liked about Horizon, was just the animals and like like you see like mechanical dinosaurs essentially. It's pretty cool, but
I think one of the things as well, because you were very hyped for Ghost as well.
True.
You were super hyped for it. You made art about it. You were
Yeah.
super stoked. Like we both were probably playing Horizon after the hype died down. Like,
True.
I
yeah.
played like 2-3 years afterwards,
Same.
right? So like, I think it's easier to kind of be into a game if everyone's talking about the game around you as well, right?
Agreed.
So I think that's kind of what happened with Horizon. And I'm probably going to buy the new one on PS5. It looks really cool.
Yeah.
And the setting as well. I'm a bit more intrigued with kind of the island setting that they have
True.
there,
Yeah.
there as well, right? So
Yeah, and like the underwater aspect of it as well looked really
Yeah.
cool and interesting. Yeah, look cool.
I'm curious with Tsushima, like with the how you said like you're okay with exploring it because it's so cinematic and beautiful. Like, but do they still like put stuff in there so you don't ever feel like there's too much of nothing happening?
Yeah,
Like-
that's the thing. It doesn't feel empty by any means. Like, again, now I haven't finished the main campaign yet, so I don't know what the world looks like after you've done the main campaign. There's still stuff to do.
If
I'm
it
sure.
empties out as you complete
Exactly.
things,
Like,
right?
there's still stuff to do after. Like, there's just so much to do. People were like, is there a New Game Plus version of this? And it's like, it's not necessary because there's just so much to do. Like, you're never gonna run out of shit to do. Like, that's basically what it feels like. It's kind of like when, I don't know, a lot of the previous Spider-Man games, when you finish the main campaign, you can go around and finish the quests, and like some of them literally you can remove all crime and there's just no crime.
Oh, wow.
Like, you
so
can,
eventually
like-
in Spider-Man, does it get to a point where there's no crime?
I don't think so. No.
Utopia.
Yeah, in New
got
York
it.
of all places. Yeah, no, I don't think.
You just like walk around as Peter Parker. You're not even Spider-Man
Yeah,
anymore. You're just
Spider-Man
like
no more.
getting like Aunt May some apples, at the grocery store.
Yeah, unless you've played the end of that game, then.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Ah.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I am excited for the Miles
That made me
Morales.
cry.
Same.
That looks super cool.
I mean, that literally was like, I guess I'm buying a PlayStation 5. I thought I was gonna like wait maybe like 6 months or so, because their launch titles are never like amazing by any means. So I was like, oh, we'll give it a. But then they're like holiday 2020, and I'm like, you bastards.
Do you think they're trying to like learn from what they've done? Like this
I
is a
think so.
push?
I
Like-
would hope so. I would like to think that.
because looking back, what games have been launch titles that like were groundbreaking and killer apps going back the couple generations, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, you have your Halos.
Halos.
Right? Elder Scrolls launched on Xbox 360. No,
Did
it wasn't a launch date. It came out in February or March 2016 to the November 2015 launch, so it was close, but it wasn't. And Infamous Second Son was
February as well.
to the November
Yeah.
2013 launch.
It seems like the February March time is like when it's like 6 months, usually like 5 to 6 months after the launch. Ooh, they got another one. After the launch is when they tend to really start to unveil like proper games that
Yeah.
are going to actually make an impact. But I feel like maybe you're right. Maybe they're learning. Maybe they're realizing that let's start the new generation off with a bang and just kind of like we have
Or-
all these like developers. So.
Yeah, like,
maybe
yeah.
potentially like because I'm thinking just about the technology, right? Like you can't have people making games for something where you don't even know the base hardware. Maybe they got that locked in early and they just were trying to find a way to make it look nice and fit into this package properly, but because they had everything else fine, they could give it to these developers a little earlier, so it was easier for them to like have something out the day that the actual thing releases.
Yeah, that's very
the actual
possible.
machine is out.
Yeah, I'd like to think that's true. I mean, hopefully
Which
they have
still
a
is good learn.
Yeah.
Good. What's it? Learning moment, and that they've managed to do that
for
because
sure. There was some foresight involved there. Which is
Yeah.
nice.
Because I think the last generation they tried, like PS4 had Killzone launch.
Yes.
It was okay. It was like fine, but then the Killzone brand like is done now pretty much.
Yeah.
So it's kind of also like a
Ironic,
franchise
too.
killer. Cool graphics and stuff, but
Yeah,
also
it looked really pretty. But
Yeah.
was that it? I guess that was it.
that was pretty much about it.
No
Like the game, it was
substance.
fine, but it wasn't a groundbreaking.
It's like Crisis, when they released the Crisis games, and it's like, oh, it looks beautiful.
yeah. They're
That's
still
about
releasing.
it.
They're releasing one on the Switch. It's been like 10 years, and they're still releasing like Crisis games.
Yeah.
It's like, can this console run Crisis? Is like a test.
That's a test.
For it.
Yeah, exactly.
On our phones, it'll be the next gen.
That's the next
iPhone
one.
12 will be like, can now run Crisis. Wow.
Oh.
Crisis 7.
Yeah.
on that note, did you see like Xbox did that thing where like they're trying to set up?
I like that. That's very cool.
Wait,
what's
what
it
is
called?
this?
Game Pass?
Not Game Pass. Like they're trying to do their own streaming game service as well, like to compete with Stadia.
Oh, really?
that's
It's competing
Google's
with Google Stadia.
Like they're like you can get your controller, you have a little stand where you put your phone, and you can play as long as you got internet connection. You can.
That I
play
do
on
like
your
that.
phone.
You can
That's
attach.
your
That is
controller.
very cool.
Very
And-
cool.
That's
like,
very neat.
Yeah, and the idea is like if you have what is it? That also comes with Ultimate. If you have the Xbox Ultimate Pass, you get all the games as they come out, as well as you can stream them.
Yeah.
And then if you like them, you can download it if you don't want internet connectivity issues. And then if you really like it, you can buy it if you want to.
That
But
Xbox
you
Game
don't
Pass
need
is
to.
so cool.
That's cool.
It's
Okay.
so cool. It's
And-
way better than PlayStation Now. PlayStation
Yeah.
Now has a few good games, but
Yeah,
I think it's to
cycle
make
through
up for
that.
the lack of exclusive games. So
oh yeah,
it's
but,
like-
but honestly, like it's the Game Pass itself. Like obviously, I'm Xbox One still, but
yeah.
I feel like that'll be a reason for me to get after I get the PS5 to get the Series X probably the year later.
Yeah.
When they come out with a bundle for that,
Yeah.
right? But even then, like the games I want to play on that are probably all on Game Pass as well.
Right.
Because it's mostly
Probably.
exclusives, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's even a strange business tactic because they're basically killing they're cannibalizing their own digital and physical copies. This kind of scored yes, big goal. They're cannibalizing their own sales of their games because who's going to really buy Halo 6, Halo Infinite when you can play it on Game Pass? Really, right? Like
Yeah,
it's interesting of their thoughts of right?
I see that, but maybe it's that thing where they're like, well, we can probably get more people to pay $15 a month than to like jump on for more than 2 games a year, right? Because it's like for the price of 2 games a year, you have access to the whole library, right? So maybe it's one of those things where instead of making people like buy 1 to 2 games a year or wait until they've bought a game, maybe it's like the whole going digital thing, like how they're scared of if I buy this game and then I'm done with it, I can sell it to you for way
Yeah,
cheaper. So
that's
they're not
true.
making any money. Now it's
Yeah.
like, well, if everyone's just buying 2 games a year, they can play all the games. So
And
now
they're cutting out the third party of
Yeah.
the
Right.
of
Yeah.
the wholesalers.
Like,
so that
maybe.
that is smart, yeah, with that, or at least
So-
partly doing that, yeah.
like that could be their thinking. I still think that for value for money is amazing.
Oh God, yeah. And, like for me, like multiple times, I've done. I think I did like a free trial for it for a month. I paid $1 for a month once.
Mm-hmm.
I got I'm on a 3-month one. I got for like $20 on a promo.
Yeah.
I only
Nice.
spent like $21, and I've used it to play like all the Halos, Gears
Yeah,
of War.
that's awesome.
Bunch of new games,
That's a
right?
really good
Outer
deal.
Worlds.
Yeah.
And I paid like $20, and I'm sure I've used up my freebies now, so I'm kind of out of it, right?
Yeah. But still, you got a lot out of it from
Yeah,
just that.
like for Halo Infinite, I'll get it for a month for sure
Yeah.
to play through the game.
Yeah.
Like, and I think it's free to play now as well. Halo Infinite, they're saying they're online multiplayer
Yeah.
as well, right? So that's
Sweet. That's perfect.
like you have to still have the. It's funny because you still have to have the ultimate to play the online,
Yeah.
or at least Xbox Live Gold.
Oh, because they got rid of gold now. For the year pass, they got rid of gold for the
So do they
year.
only have ultimate now? Is there no
I think-
more gold?
I think they have ultimate for I think maybe they have gold for a few months, but like you're paying only a little bit more for ultimate, which gets you
That's
everything.
so it's funny they have free to play.
Oh, no.
But to be free to play, you have to then still
Yeah.
have the
weird,
ultimate pretty much,
yep.
which also gives you the Halo Infinite game
Gives you
already.
everything anyway,
right?
yeah.
That's weird.
Okay.
I'm curious how they're gonna do it. Like we're just gonna have to see as things come out.
Yeah, exactly.
But like, what is it like? So I've got the Ultimate Pass, and my brother does as well, and we were like playing Grounded, which is one of the games that they kind of like pitched in their whatchamacall. Their
Indie.
no, like
The presentation.
Their
the
presentation,
Xbox, yeah.
their Xbox.
right.
What's on our thing?
Yeah,
Exclusive,
yeah.
blah, 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 right? And we were playing that, which is an open world game, but it's a survival open world game. So
That sounds
it's
fun.
Not
Cool.
RPG-y. You can all do the same stuff. It's kind of like
Gotta try and make sure you survive.
yeah, and it's kind of like if you think about kids TV show Ant-Man, like you're tiny in a garden.
Oh, it's like Honey, I Shrunk My Kids.
Yeah,
or
Honey, I Shrunk- that's
the
exactly it.
Kids. Yeah.
Exactly. You see
Imagine,
the
imagine if
device-
you had that was real. Like you had to go to your partner and be like,
Honey,
I shrunk the
I Shrunk
kids.
the Kids.
Do they do that in the movie? Does the guy go to his wife and tell him like that?
yeah,
Like,
I think-
hey, honey, I shrunk your
I
kids.
think so.
I think
Yeah.
pretty
No, and
sure.
then he shrinks himself,
Yeah, he
trying
does.
to save the kids,
Yeah.
and they all almost die 100 times.
Classic movie.
Yeah, I haven't seen it since like the 90s. So.
Yeah, me neither.
I would want to re-see it, but then like imagine that it ends in a divorce because that's insane.
He just shrinks her as well.
Yeah.
No divorce.
Now what are you gonna do?
Honey, I shrunk you.
Turns into a horror. Oh.
Ooh.
That'd be an amazing twist. If they're gonna if you guys are gonna redo
Yeah.
all the
Honey, I Shrunk Your
the
Kids?
exec Pauls who are listening,
You
if
should
they're
just call
gonna-
it Honey.
Like mom, like
Yeah.
mother, or like
Yeah,
mother.
exactly.
Yeah.
Honey.
And then it's,
and it's a horror
twisted
shrunk
version.
Yeah.
It's like the what was that movie called Brightburn? It's like Superman, but
Yeah.
then I never watched it, but it looked really good.
I want to
out.
watch it. Yeah.
Yeah, it looked pretty sweet. Speaking of bundles, like Xbox bundles and stuff
Yeah.
like that, right? You think they'll do a bundle for Miles?
No.
Fuck.
Because they don't do launch. They rarely do launch bundles.
Really?
Yeah, because
Yeah, because I mean that makes sense.
Yeah, they want you to get the game,
but
the
can you
console.
imagine that
They want you to get an
color
extra
scheme?
controller.
Get some
They want
black,
yeah.
get some
They want to
red in
like
there.
they want to abuse the early adopters as much as possible for all your money,
Touche,
right?
bastard.
And then once the early adopt, Canucks scored again. It's tied 3-3. Awesome sauce. Is that Hughes? What a champ! What a
Look how
stud.
Is
mad
that an
he is.
equalizer?
Yeah, it's tied. Big boy.
tie game.
Yeah, they want to abuse them early adopters,
Yeah.
which makes sense because that's
No, yeah, it makes sense.
So it's usually the holiday the year afterwards. They throw in the bundles,
Right.
so you'll
okay.
get your whatever. Like
Uncharted 5.
they haven't even announced that yet.
No,
Uncharted
no.
5.
I don't think they'll.
They will.
Or they might just go to a new IP. I mean,
I wouldn't mind that honestly.
yeah, I think it's time.
Because
They did-
I played Lost Legacy. I liked it, but I wasn't as invested in the characters.
It's not the same.
Yeah,
It's
like
not the same as Nathan.
no. It was also basically just Uncharted 4, like a DLC spin-off, so it was so close to it as well.
Oh,
that
I
it-
didn't realize that.
Yeah.
That's cool. I mean,
It's cool, but it's very much just like the same.
yeah.
And after playing the game, it's as long
like
as cool as long as it is.
Repetitive, maybe?
Nah, it's a bit long in the tooth a bit. There's portions of like at have you played it?
No.
Why
Wait,
have-
which one?
Uncharted 4.
No.
Why haven't you played Uncharted 4?
I don't know.
Don't you have it for free on Plus? Because it was free on
do
Plus like
I?
a year ago.
Oh, I don't know if I downloaded. Maybe I did. I can't remember, man.
It's a great game.
I
It's
know.
still, like,
I
an
believe
awesome
you.
game.
I completely believe you. I've heard great things about it.
You got to play Crash Bandicoot in the game.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
No way,
Dude, it's very cool.
Well,
the
now I
game's
gotta
great.
play it.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, you're like sitting there with your wife, what's her name?
Oh, okay. But you're playing it
In the game.
in
You're
the
playing
game.
in the game.
Playing a
yeah.
game in the game. Okay.
Yeah.
That's right.
And you have to, like beat her high score in the game. If you-
Nice.
it's very fun.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, it's great. But it by the end of it, you're kind of like, okay, that's enough. Like, I'm happy with that. And then Lost Legacy, it came out later, and I played it actually a couple years after I played Uncharted 4.
Yeah.
But and I think they introduced some stuff that's new to it as well. But it's very much the same type of
Yeah.
same kind of
story
thing.
and-
Yeah, and I think you even spend time in the same. They have this kind of jungle kind of environment that you spend
Yeah.
about half the game in.
Yeah.
Kind of desert jungle environment, and it's a very similar place where you spent a lot of time in the fourth game as well. So it gets a bit repetitive in regards to setting
Yeah, that's fair.
there a bit.
Yeah, I think Naughty Dog should do a new IP.
I wouldn't be against that.
Yeah, I think they did Last of Us. And they've done the second one. I feel like a third one's unnecessary.
And they have the Uncharted movie.
And then
coming
they have
out
the
too,
Uncharted
right?
movie.
So you don't want to
Tom
kind of
Holland.
burn through the Uncharted.
Yeah. Let that
Let
you know,
chill for a bit. I
mean, we'll see how the movie does. It's not really, not like video game movies have the best track record.
Tom Holland's adorable.
But Tom
though.
Holland.
Have you seen
and
his
Marky
dimples?
Mark.
Mark Wahlberg's in there.
Sullivan, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Wait, so
He'd be a great Sully.
Yeah.
As much as I don't like that he beat up a Vietnamese person,
Right.
he's a good actor. That's a deeper conversation. And
Yeah.
we don't want to get sued, even though it's in his Wikipedia, but that's fine.
It's in his Wikipedia.
Yeah, I think he has as a section in his Wikipedia, he might have like hate crimes as a section, or at least legal issues.
Jeez,
I don't know if
yeah.
it's hate crimes,
Oh,
but
damn.
yeah, he's not a very good person. Or at least he was 18, 19,
Yeah, he did stupid shit.
but it was
It's
yeah.
a dark time.
Dark.
we hope he's learned.
We hope
Entourage
he's
days.
learned.
Yeah.
His 5 a.m. workouts, I hope are.
I feel like they're like 3
giving
a.m.
him
now.
clarity. Yeah.
It just got earlier and earlier.
I don't get
as
what
he
people
gets
think
older.
that the earlier you wake up, the better person you are. Like, we all have the same amount of hours in the day.
So why
Yeah.
the fuck have I been waking up all this time?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Like, it's like I'm not waking up at, like, noon or whatever. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah,
This
this is true.
Oh, yes, open world game. So I only gave mine. We only gave mine, pretty much.
Oh yeah. What'd you say again? Elder Scrolls, right? Yeah. No, you didn't.
My favorite?
Yeah.
No, I said that
That was
Oblivion
the
was the first one that I
one.
properly got into.
Correct.
But I did play Fable and stuff like that, and I did enjoy it.
Fable's fun.
It wasn't like I think Fable was like starting to get because like our sense of open world has expanded since Fable. Like
Yeah.
because if we look at the original ones, it was like kind of open world-ish, but it clearly had its boundaries, so it was like an open map.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But now we've got actually more of a you can actually go there. Kind
Right.
of
You could fart in your
sensation.
wife's face, which was very.
Yeah.
Which was
yeah.
very,
It gave you options.
Yeah, he got choices.
You got choices. Didn't make it as open world as I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Eating was it baby chicks alive like
You could do
chickens?
that?
Yeah, yeah.
You
to
could
get-
punt the chickens.
Oh, like if you have them in your inventory, like the chicks, you could eat them and you hear a crunch and you become more evil as time goes.
Oh, that is right. You could do
Like,
that.
So you can just
That's
keep
kind
eating
of
these
amazing.
chickens
It,
and you
it,
get
it was a
super
very
evil.
fun because it was a Peter Molyneux game, right? And he's the person that made Mist, and he made what's the one where you're God? What was that game?
What?
Oh, I know. Was it the black and white something, right? Like,
Black and White. I think it was called Black
oh,
and White.
was that it?
I think it was called
I
Black,
did
White and
it.
Black.
Team 5.
Let me look up Peter Molyneux.
White and black.
Peter. It was Peter Molyneux games.
Black and white game. Yeah, black and white.
Oh, it was Black and White. Okay,
Ah,
we got it.
I
Very
did it.
good.
Me do good. That's why I wake up at 5 in the morning.
For that. No, but yeah, and that was,
can't
that
do
was kind of
that.
a fun game where you
6
could like,
maybe.
I think there you could play God. I never played it, but you could play God and like kind of do
Cool.
good stuff, bad
Yeah.
stuff, whatever, right? So he's kind of always had that. But
He's got a bad habit of over-promising, though.
I was about to say, he said the first Fable you could like,
Every choice you make, no matter how small,
Yeah.
will make like a huge impact. And, like, none of them have done that.
yeah, the first one, none of them did. Yeah, they're all.
Well, none of them have gone to the extent that he would pitch the first game, right? Like,
Yeah, he definitely he kind of No Man's Skied himself a bit in the first game.
for sure.
I think it was a finished game and it was still overall good enough, right?
Oh yeah,
Especially for like 2005 standards, right?
yeah.
I also feel like open
And if
world
you-
games have this sense of unpredictability to them. Like you can cover your bases as much as possible, but like I feel like it'll get glitched at some point
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Because there's too much to explore.
There's
and
just
to-
so much,
to-
yeah.
to
There's so much
test.
going on.
Was
Like
it
patches are
quality
great for
check?
that because like you can start, maybe like you might not find everything in your process of finishing up the game and putting it out there, and then people are playing it. They're like, "Hey, this weird shit's happening." It's like, "Oh, we can patch that. Don't worry." Like that's what patches are for, which is
But
nice.
there's a nasty habit of sometimes it being like, we'll release a broken game on time.
See, that's the thing.
That's kind of where
It's
things
a
are
give
now.
and take, right? It's a double-edged
Totally.
sword with that. Is it can, yeah, it can patch things when you finally have like the numbers to actually properly test a game.
Like that. That's like properly taking advantage of the ability to patch things. Otherwise, it's just like, let's just
Companies
we'll figure it
definitely
out
use
later. It's like
Because
oh,
back then and like even 2005, you couldn't
no,
like maybe then you could do an update. You could maybe I remember playing Halo 2 and them doing updates to it, but even then, like,
But it'd be much harder,
oh,
right?
way harder.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
You,
more
could, you, and you
accessible
maybe
now.
got one. You maybe could do it.
It's way more
It's so
accessible.
imagine a game releasing now and them not doing updates. It's like ridiculous.
Yeah, it's kind of unheard of
Yeah,
in a way.
it's ridiculous.
I guess
But
Last
it
of
would be
Us didn't have any
amazing,
updates.
though, wouldn't it? Like, it'd be like, wow, a fully functioning game
Yeah.
that I don't need to
Tell me
get
about
any
it.
updates for.
Yeah,
Yep.
and like nowadays games are so much more detailed.
That's
so many
true.
more
Yeah.
things are going on.
They are much
so they're
larger.
way more complicated as well.
It's like our textures aren't reading. We've got a patch for that.
Yeah,
But
I,
that's
I,
fine.
I never really mind that much, like texture patching and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
good. Like that's the whole like that's taking advantage of the ability to do that as opposed to taking, making it a crutch for themselves where it's like we'll put out 75% of the game and then patch the rest of it.
Yeah.
It's just like, well, just push the game, man. Like
Yeah.
it's fine. Well, we've been waiting for 2 years. I'm sure we can wait another 6 months. Like just get it right though.
Yeah,
But sometimes when you mess with, like, I'm fairly certain, because like Ubisoft started releasing like Assassin's Creed like year after
Every
year,
year.
right? And I think if the quality, like, even though some people really enjoyed it all the way through, I think most would say that the quality, like, because of the amount of bugs and stuff that were coming out, like, they would have preferred it to be a little later. And eventually they started doing that, right? Like only more recently, the last 2 games. Right?
Yeah.
Or
Well,
one game or whatever.
didn't they just take they took a 1 year break once?
Yes.
and that was it.
That was it, just once?
I think so.
No. They took a 1 year break
No, actually, you're right. Yeah,
2 or 3 times.
I think because Odyssey I think did come out in 2000.
18
Was it 18? Let me look this up.
because Origins came out in 16 or 17. May have been 17.
Odyssey was
18.
Odyssey was 18.
Odyssey was 18, so it will
Origins
be 2 years.
was 17 then. Probably.
I think it was yes.
Yeah,
17.
Origins was 17. Pretty sure.
Okay.
So that was no gap there.
I have seen a lot of hate on Valhalla though. People are not
Dude,
happy
it looks
about
so buggy.
Yeah.
It looks so buggy, which sucks because it's such a cool like
And they had
timeline.
2 years for it too.
Exactly.
Right? So you'd think, right?
Yeah, and
like
the-
between Origins and Odyssey, okay,
Yeah.
a year, but they had 2 years on this
and
one.
the
right?
creative director just stepped down because of controversy. So
Wow,
Yeah.
that is not a good sign.
Wow.
That is not a good sign.
not at all.
Yeah.
Wow.
And like I really am not how can you do an Assassin's thing like I've still got that thing in my head where it's like I want something to climb, like I want that kind of and,
Like
and
the parkour system, or what do you mean?
kind of like and then they've gone very warrior-esque with this
It's
stuff.
true, yeah.
Like you could see it since since the first one you could always do it, right? But the idea was like you could never really kill the first person, like the main guy, unless you did an assassination. Like that was kind of like they really
Like you can
wanted
never
you-
kill
It was more like
target?
it was a stealth game.
Yeah, like
It
that
was
was
a
the
total
idea.
stealth
Yeah.
game
That
originally.
you could do the other. Yeah, you would get into battles and that's fine. But like now they're leaning really hard into like a battle system, which I'm not a fan of. Like I'm not a fan of their battle system anyway. Like just like period. But especially when it's trying to be like we're secret assassins, kind of like it's like. You're a mercenary now.
Yeah.
It's mercenaries.
Oh,
Creed.
they're just a cult, right? It's just not even like they talk about like the code and the brotherhood and stuff like that. but
yeah, no,
it's just so far removed now that it's just
Yeah.
they're not. Just make a Vikings game, like
Yeah,
It's,
happier
it's
if
honestly
they
like
just were
why?
like-
Yeah, why is it Assassin's
Yeah.
Creed at this
Yeah.
point?
It's,
Yeah,
it's
it
like
is
when
strange.
Sucker Punch was like, well, y'all aren't making a samurai game, so we're just gonna go make Ghost of Tsushima and just not have anything to do with Assassin's Creed, which is fine. Just make a new IP, Make
Yeah.
a Viking. Now I gotta wait another like fucking 5 years for someone to make a good Vikings game because you took it.
I also feel like Assassin's Creed doesn't have that much brand loyalty or brand like
Credibility.
really. Nah, they have credibility, but they like who
Well,
gets that excited? Oh,
There's some
Assassin's
loyalists out there.
I guess there
Yeah.
are, but like for me, like Black
I was
Flag,
for a
I
long
played
time.
the first
Same.
one. It's actually not that good of a game. The first one, like
The first game?
Yeah, like it's
Oh,
really
yeah.
cool,
Oh,
but
Assassin's Creed, like
Yeah.
But it
was just
introduced-
the first of its kind.
yeah,
right?
it was very cool, but I think it was that game was so one dimensional in regards to okay, kill this one person.
Oh yeah,
over
It was
and
very
over and over
repetitive.
again. Yeah,
but it like kind of introduced you to this thing that at least I hadn't experienced before, and got me really interested in like history in the Middle
History.
East and kind
Yeah.
of things.
Yep.
It's like that's really
Yep.
cool. That I mean, as a potential to be a really awesome learning tool that you are playing is like it's super exciting, right? It's like wow, they can actually make people who just want to play a game also learn stuff as like a side
Exactly.
benefit.
That's a
You
good
can
point.
show some amazing positives of gaming, right?
For sure. It was definitely, yeah, I think it's the same for me too. Like, it really encouraged me to, like, just be genuinely interested with these historical facts. Which otherwise you're just like, well, just reading it out of a textbook, and it's not as
Yeah.
interesting.
Now you're in it, right? So you can
Exactly.
be like, oh, this is what it was like. And I'm not sure entirely like when they lost it. I mean, I understand that they were obviously taking liberties because you can't like just be like, wow, this person in history was actually an assassin, and everyone's like, oh, no way. It's like, yeah, we know that they're
Yeah,
taking
Da Vinci
liberties.
was an assassin? What?
Yeah, exactly. And it is kind of fun to get, I don't know, like there's a line there that I think they could have played with a little better, and it just kind of
That's why I
wasn't.
think they did that really well with Black Flag. I still think
That's my favorite game.
Yeah,
That's
oh,
I enjoyed that a
I
lot.
finished the second one and Black Flag. Those are the only ones I've ever finished. Black Flag was by far my favorite.
Yeah, Black
think it was
Flag
great.
was so good, and just like the way they even tied up the end of that with the third. Yeah, that
Yeah,
was the
they
third
tied it with
game.
the third
Yeah,
game,
that
yeah.
was really good too. Because I mean, Assassin's Creed 3 wasn't great. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. But Black Flag definitely redeemed itself because I guess after Assassin's Creed 3 was when people were like kind of like, okay, we're probably done with this, and then they took a year off and then came back and they're like,
Well, they did. They took a year up before Black
I'm pretty
Flag.
sure they took a year off. Yeah, maybe not. I don't know. Can't remember. I feel like they did. Let's find out.
I got the Googles.
To 2014, I'm pretty sure.
No, it was 2012 was 3, and then 4 would have been 2013.
13?
Yeah, so it was
Okay.
1 year. They didn't take a break until. Yeah, but no, Black Flag was great. And then I think after Black Flag, that's kind of when they had their.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
dip.
it was the dip, right? I bought. I don't.
Rogue? Was that what came out after that?
Yeah, Unity.
remember.
There was
Syndicate.
Creed, Syndicate. I think I bought Syndicate or they're all,
I stopped
those all
playing after
blend
4.
together. I feel
Yeah,
like
they
for
all
people.
really do.
Right?
The
Like-
setting and the tone and the gameplay, they all were just like, it just felt
Yeah,
bland.
and that's when
nothing-
everyone
nothing
kind of
new
was just
about
like
it.
They tapped out, and then they took the year back, came back with Origins. I never actually played it, but
It was good.
you liked it a lot. It looked cool too. I liked a lot about what I saw.
I was just like ancient Egypt. Like that's just
Yeah.
It was
I
a
think,
new- it was
like
a
that
new
to me
spa-
would
it was
have
a new
been
area,
would have
yeah.
been the best part of it, but I felt like the whole I am a sucker for like things like the upgrading your weapons and stuff like that. I find it very fun, but the part that I never liked 100% about that was it was very because that's when they introduced the level up kind of thing, right?
Yes.
Like in the other Assassin's Creed, well, no, they actually introduced that with the one in France, didn't they? You did have a
Oh,
level up system.
I didn't play that one. Unity.
Unity, yeah. No, I played that one. I enjoyed it, but that's when I think they introduced this idea of your character leveling up,
Okay.
and that was a step I feel in the wrong direction. Just because it made everything feel like, oh, okay, I can't go here until I'm level 13, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and it's like, why though? Like there's nothing new. There's no new mechanics. It's like they're just harder to beat. It felt very
That's
like,
dumb.
yeah, and I felt like that was kind of like took away from the idea of you being an assassin. If you could go everywhere, and you had to unlock abilities because your character needs to learn them,
Yeah.
and that makes the game a little bit easier for certain enemies, then I think that's a cool like idea.
Yeah, that makes more sense. A little bit, at least.
No, it's a good point but I do also think the game had to kind of evolve as well.
Yeah, because it would have just become
Yeah.
repetitive,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, but
Because they've made like 10, like
Yeah,
11.
yeah.
It's
By now they
evolving
made, like,
into-
12 games,
It's funny
so-
that we talk about like the RPG elements because now I feel like Assassin's Creed now is just an RPG.
it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? It's just
100%.
an RPG open world.
Where are
It's-
you putting your points now? Where
Yeah.
are you-
It's like you can be male or female and you can do this and you can do that. Like there's no definitive thing anymore for it.
they kind of like made the story bland because of that. It's like
Yeah.
make a bloody choice. It's like I don't mind playing a character if there's it doesn't matter who the character is. I want a good story.
Exactly,
And,
yeah.
And with an open world thing, it's like all right, it makes the storytelling a little bit trickier, I think, but not necessarily bad. It just makes it different.
No,
and,
it's just hard. It's just
But that
different.
me-
Yeah, that's what.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like so in open world. The fun part about it is kind of they make it's your choice. Where do you want to go? What do you want to see? Right. But like in certain things like you need, for me, I think you need certain restrictions just if you want to tell a good story. Like if you want to just be like, cool, we're going to put you in this area so you can like fuck about,
Yeah.
then all right, then you got to make it up to like then there's like amazing mechanics just to mess around with. Like there's crazy physics. There's like then you have to make it like the thing that the designers control is the insanity that you can do stuff with and then let you muck around, right? Whereas in Assassin's Creed, it's like, all right, you've got this open world, so okay, we can see whatever we want. But if you want to restrict it, then you should restrict it in the story. Make me want to go somewhere that you want to show me first, you know?
Yeah.
Because like Skyrim like was about just messing about, right? Like you would start the game, and I think the first time that I played it, I went to see the Greybeards, and then I lost interest, and I went and did my own thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like and then the next time I played, the second I got I got out of the the keep, and started the main quest line so I could get stuff. Like I was gone. Like I hit the first little river town, and I was like, cool, bye.
Yeah. And that's
Off I went.
what's cool about those games, right? And that's also probably why with not Origins, Odyssey. I bought Odyssey. I played a couple hours of it, and it was almost too daunting because I had a friend that said, "Oh, they put like 120 hours into this game," and I'm like,
shit.
I don't know if I want that.
That's
It's such a big
long
investment of your
time.
life,
Yeah.
right? Like, yeah,
I also heard that that was I think the first time they started to introduce where you could be male or female.
yep.
And they originally wanted it to be female.
They should have stuck with that.
But apparently Ubisoft was like, that
Oh, the
doesn't sell-
execs,
Yeah, they were
yeah.
like, that
Oh,
doesn't
no.
sell games because of female protagonist. And I was like, look at
Really?
Horizon Zero Dawn, man. Like, what are
Yeah.
you talking about? Or Tomb Raider, dude.
Tomb Raider, Control.
Control,
Yeah,
yeah.
I
There's a
don't-
new
I don't control-
DLC expansion for
Beyond
that.
Good
there
and
is.
Evil.
Beyond Good and Evil,
Beyond Good-
yeah.
I don't know if that's sold very well. Beyond Good and Evil. Oh,
It's like a
Minnesota
cult-
scored
It's
again.
like a cult classic.
It is
I-
definitely a cult
yeah.
classic. But even then, like
Speaking of Beyond Good and Evil, is that second one coming out? Or
Yeah,
God,
what has that been? It's been like
Please.
that's been like 20 years. I never
What's
played
going on?
Beyond Good and Evil.
I never played it
I
either,
never-
but that second one looks
but-
dope.
Oh my god, it looks amazing.
Come on, Space Pirates, RPG, open world, give it to me.
Oh, there,
Please.
no, not open world. That's open solar system.
Open, yeah, open
That's
universe.
galaxy.
Exactly.
At that point.
See, that's what I think with Assassin's Creed you could do. What about Assassin's Creed in the future?
Dude,
Like,
100%.
I think
yeah.
that'd be super cool.
Yeah.
Like
right?
if they're out of ideas in the
yeah,
past,
or go back to like
then-
dinosaurs. Assassinate a dinosaur. I
Yeah.
don't know. I think that like
The origins
Right?
of
origin-
the actual Creed.
Yeah.
yeah, right? Like,
Origin. Oh.
the origins
Ask
origin.
your creed. Origin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just call it Creed.
Creed.
Just go back.
So get Sylvester Stallone and Michael B. Jordan in there. Right? Come on.
Nothing is true.
Love Creed. Great movie.
Great movie.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
both of them.
fantastic. Yeah.
They're
Truly,
great.
yeah.
I think I like the first one more than the second,
Same.
but I want to watch the second one again. Very good movie.
They're both
Yeah.
really good.
Both are classics.
Yeah.
I think I like them more than the Rocky movies. Maybe because I didn't grow up with those, but
Yeah.
Yep,
I think
same.
same.
yeah,
But
It's
that
just
might
our
be,
generation's Rocky, right?
Yeah,
it totally is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I remember I watched Force Awakens and Creed in like the same like month,
Oh yeah.
and I was like, oh, I like Creed more than Force Awakens. And I still like Force Awakens.
No, I
But
like
I'm
Creed more than Force
yeah.
Awakens too. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
A whole Star Wars podcast would be a good idea too at some point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and games, Star Wars
And games, Star Wars games as the idea,
Yeah,
and then we can
then
talk about the
expand that,
movies.
yeah.
Stay on brand. That's how you do it.
But yeah.
Annie, you're up for your open
Right.
world.
Favorite open world. Oof, this is hard.
We finally made the round table. It was like an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I definitely loved Spider-Man because of the traversal.
Spider-Man is
That traversal
dope.
was just like, I can do this all day without even doing a quest, which is great. I also really like Black Flag. That was a really fun game.
Yep.
Yeah, because like I didn't really care much for the like the ship stuff in Assassin's Creed 3, so I didn't really think much of it. But then they incorporated that pretty well, and you're a pirate, so you can go treasure hunting and shit.
Yeah.
That part
Oh
was
yeah,
fun.
it was super cool.
Yeah, that
Everything about the story. Story, I was more into it, that one, and the ship battling. Right.
Yeah,
So cool.
Yeah, it was just a good time.
Christian, have you played Sea of Thieves?
No.
You know, I know we should play Sea of Thieves.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, I guess I have the Game Pass. Okay, let's do that this week.
Yep. 100%.
Cool. We can talk about that.
What is it?
Well,
I mean,
so
I
No, we'll tell you on the podcast.
All right.
No, okay.
you can discover
I will
as we
wait.
go. Yeah.
Yeah, we only
or-
talk now on the podcast.
I
We're
will
no longer
wait.
friends outside. You know the rules.
got it.
Read the contract.
I will wait like our audience to
Or just-
find out.
just
It
watch
was
a
weird when we
4-hour
hiked and we
film.
were silent, but
Watch a 4-hour film of Sea of Thieves.
can you? Is there even a story in it?
I don't know. I don't think so. Well, I mean, it'll feel just as good as when I watched Last of Us 2, so don't worry about it.
I'll give up after
Like
last
5 minutes before.
Fuck
Yeah,
this
yeah.
game.
You're about to open the treasure. You're right there, and you're
I'm
just
tired.
like, nah.
I don't want to know what the treasure is. Fuck it.
Yeah. Frick. You know what?
I was just as satisfied.
Yeah, change the topic here, but I want them to either. I want them to just remake GTA San Andreas,
Yeah.
the game, like they remade Resident Evil. How it's a bit of a different game, but it still feels the same,
Resident
same
Evil?
characters.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
but as Elder Scrolls, yeah, that would be amazing.
As Elder Scrolls. God. just like
GTA
CJ.
Elder
Just, yeah,
Scrolls.
you gotta go kill the. What were the gangs called in that one?
all the
purple?
cops are goblins. Like,
All cops are goblins. Yeah.
that's touching on something.
Yeah.
That'd be the best GTA game. I'm sorry, GTA.
Someone should make this now.
I'm sorry for derailing. Please continue.
No, but like San Andreas, I think in the meme culture in society of what was the favorite game of
That would
in
be
GTA is GTA San Andreas. That's the reason they made GTA 5 back in San Andreas was because of that. They can't just like remaster the game because the gameplay doesn't hold up. I don't
No,
think
they'd have to reinvent it.
they'd have to totally reinvent it, but keep the same characters. You don't need to bring back Samuel Jackson to voice the cop.
Oh yeah.
But at least bring back the same characters. Bring back CJ, right, as
yeah.
well, right, and kind of just reimagine it. I think, like they did with Final Fantasy,
right.
right? Like I think reimagine GTA
Like
San Andreas.
Yeah.
I think it would sell. It would just sell.
I feel like it would do
gangbusters.
really well. Yeah.
It would do huge.
You
right?
get a whole new generation of people who are that age to buy it, and then obviously our generation and previous ones before who have more of a nostalgia to it than
Do you think that's like a danger of kind of like how people are remaking movies? Because I don't want games to go down that route where they remake,
True.
and you run the what is it like I'm trying to remember which game it was, but there was this guy who was talking about like I think it was one of those like a Capcom zombie game.
Wait.
Silent Hill. No, Dead Rising.
Dead Rising. Is it Dead Rising?
That was Cap. That was
Is
Capcom.
that with like Frank?
in the mall. It's basically like.
Oh yeah, but that one's funny. Like that was them taking a funny approach. Like what was that one
Like
where
the photojournalist?
Yeah, but I mean like that one where we're aiming, the gun was really hard and everything was that
Resident Evil?
That was
Resident
Resident Evil.
Evil,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I never played the games. I probably should.
I haven't played much of that other than the new one.
Played
in
Resident
VR,
Evil 4
and the VR one.
in the VR one.
That one is scary.
That was
as
good.
hell.
I would be shitting
That
myself.
was
God, I couldn't
terrifying.
even play it. I had to play with friends over.
No.
When the lights on.
Let's rephrase. You had friends over who played it for you
Yeah,
while
I
you
know.
watched it. You did not play it.
No, I did play it originally for a couple hours.
No, I
There was
would
a
have done
point
the
where I
exact
played
same
it.
thing.
Yeah.
I would have probably done the same thing too. Just watch
Yeah.
your friends play it, and it's fucking
And then record
hilarious.
them.
Exa-
Yeah.
And then record them.
Underrated that game in VR. They're doing Hitman 3 in VR now. Have
I
you
saw
seen
that.
this?
Yeah.
I think there's a VR option basically. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
there is of that.
Of Hitman, that'd
Yeah,
be cool.
I, like,
That would be
I
cool.
played the new Hitman's 1 and 2. I guess kind of they're
It's
new
like a
games.
reboot. Yeah.
It's a reboot, yeah.
That's all right.
They're good. Yeah, I played through them, both of them. They're fun.
Yeah.
So, but
What's
again,
the
with
second
them,
one with the assassin nuns? Was that it? Is that the second
that
one?
was one of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's just what I remember.
Because they're all very they've been a bit of a humor to them,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And then they're stealthy and stuff.
Do you
They're
think
fun.
because that one you put on costumes, right, to change get rid of like people who are trying to
Disguises,
fly.
yeah.
Disguises, right? Like if you're in VR, like would you have to like check your
That's a good
arms or your
point.
sleeves or look in a mirror, or would it just tell you in a little corner like this is your outfit,
That's a good point.
you know?
You probably would look down, I would say, and then you could see your
Yeah.
chicken suit or your whatever.
The chicken suit.
I
Yeah.
remember- I think you wore a chicken suit.
Yeah,
Or, like,
I do
you
remember
wore like
that.
mascot
It's like a
stuff.
mascot thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Or like a chef's hat. Like maybe you just see the chef's hat and then you just grab it, put it on, and now you're a chef.
Rick. Oh no, that was an old goal.
Yeah,
was an old- yeah.
because I'm remembering like at least in earlier VR, I'm not entirely sure how it's doing right now, but like you would see the hands and maybe like some of the forearm, but you couldn't see much else really.
That's
of, like,
about
the
it. Still,
characters.
that's about it.
Okay, because then it might make it a little harder to see what you're wearing. I imagine they'll probably have a little thing in the corner of your.
Yeah, I would
vision,
imagine
like-
something like that.
Which would be really
or
funny
like
if
mirrors
someone
and
doesn't
stuff.
get it and just keeps turning their head and trying to see the things. Like, no, just look up and left.
That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, but no, because I feel like playing those games, the past, I don't know, all the Hitman games, because I played through most of them.
Yeah.
The new ones and those, they all kind of feel the same. It's still kind of the same idea in the same game. Yeah. It's still fun and it still works, but I think the VR,
It just adds a new dimension.
yeah, it's new, it's fresh,
Yeah.
it's cool, yeah.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it actually works and if it's effective.
Probably makes it more tense, I imagine, because like at least in when you're playing in third person, you kind of have more scope of vision, right? So you
Yeah.
can kind of go, okay, I'm all right. But then in VR,
It's
you'd
like
have to be
fully
looking around
first
like,
person.
oh. Yeah, I feel that'd be kind of fun,
True.
like just for the feeling of it, right?
Yeah, it'll be different.
Like with Skyrim, with like the magic system and you waving your sword, it makes it more like, yes, I am here, right?
Yeah,
But,
more physical.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. The whole, what VR is going to become is going to be interesting, right?
Yeah, I'm curious to see its evolution.
Yeah.
Because it is growing more than I thought it would be.
I'd say, right? Especially with the Half-Life
Yeah, people are
game, which
getting
no one
creative.
gets to play because no one has.
Right.
Is it, what is it on? Like, did Valve make
Oculus?
their own? Is it Oculus?
It might
Well,
be.
people have Oculus.
Yeah.
It's definitely more common than it used to be. One of our buddies has it.
Well, the price went down, right? Like, I mean, because initially it was pretty expensive, right?
Yeah,
Or-
yeah, it was.
Yeah, it got great reviews, and like it's a new Half-Life game, first time in like 15
yeah,
years.
and it was the thing
right?
that
Wow.
everyone was crying about for the
Yeah.
longest time, and then now they're like, "Shit, we can't even play it."
Yeah, and like, are we getting Half-Life 3 like anytime? Like, come on. But no, like I feel like they should definitely come out with a PSVR 2.0 wireless
Yeah,
option at least, where you can have it plugged in and be wired.
Right.
Maybe fix the tracking a bit because it's not
perfect.
perfect. Like shooting games and stuff, it's still a bit awkward, a little bit.
Oh yeah, we put that shooting game that you have.
With the gun, it's the
With
guns.
The gun
gun's
definitely
cool to
adds a
have.
lot to it,
Yeah.
for sure.
Freaks the shit out of the neighbors, though.
Yeah, they're not a fan.
Yeah, I'm excited for the Star Wars one too. The Darth
Vader.
Vader
Oh,
Chronicles, the Chronicles of Vader, whatever it's called.
It looks
remember.
cool, yeah, because I saw gameplay from it for, I guess, is that on Oculus?
It's on Oculus, yeah,
Right.
PC.
Yeah, it looked really cool. Looked super neat. I thought it was already on VR for PlayStation for some reason. I guess not until now.
Yeah,
When's it come out?
August, like end of August.
Oh,
so soon,
wow,
a couple
okay,
weeks.
so yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
The Iron Man I played the demo of.
Yeah,
It's cool. I feel like it would kind of get a bit repetitive though.
right.
But the first like experience of flying, learning how to fly with the suit,
That was
shooting
neat.
the enemies,
Neat.
it is cool.
That would be cool.
But I would imagine it would kind of get a bit because
Like
it got kind of
theme
mixed. The reviews were like 40% or like 80%, 90%.
Oh,
It was
wow.
very much a big
Yeah.
spread.
He's fun to play as in the Avengers game. You can hover around and
That's cool.
do some shit, throw some beams,
Yeah.
fly around,
There's a
Throw
Star
some
Wars.
beans.
throw some beams,
Throw some beams.
throw some beams,
Throw some beams.
shoot some beams.
Throw
Uh,
some beans.
Throw some. Yeah, I thought you said beans.
Here's a green bean.
Here's a
black
refried bean. Take some garbanzos over there.
Yes,
What-
pinto
what
beans.
Oh man, these billionaires just what dicks.
Just throw.
Yeah.
Just throwing
throwing
beans,
beans.
at people. And what are we gonna do? Nothing.
I did.
Plant the beans if we're smart.
Did I guys tell you that I did a wrestling RPG?
Oh yeah.
The Dungeons
Oh, the
and Dragons,
D&D, yeah,
the D&D,
yeah.
right? The wrestling one, and my character's name was Johnny Garbanzo.
Right.
Yeah.
Garbanzo.
His
Did he also
catchphrase
throw
was
beans?
no, but his catchphrase was "Been there, done that."
Huh.
We had like the refried roundhouse finishing move. We had
Nice.
the I can't remember, but we had that, and it was a fun time.
That's cool.
I like that.
That sounds neat.
We need to play a game.
Bean.
We do.
To do the work.
Rogue Squadron though, that's coming out in like a month, and that's in VR as well.
Oh,
Oh, I
okay.
didn't know it was in VR.
The new one's in VR. I think there's again a VR option for it.
Right.
But that's why buddy Matt got VR was for that one mainly. He got the Iron Man bundle. And
Okay.
then I gave him my gun and all those the Tetris.
Yeah.
Tetris effects. That's probably the coolest VR game.
It actually
I
is.
would say that
honestly,
they have is Tetris, which is
yes.
wild, but
Yes. Also, great soundtrack.
soundtracks. Oh, it's
Fire.
It's yeah. That's that and Animal Crossing are the only games that Anne
Plays.
plays. Literally. She'll sit there and play the Tetris game for like she'll play through the entire thing. It's like an hour and a half, but she'll like go through it and
All
like,
levels, yeah.
yeah, and like expert mode and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, she's really good at it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun. I'd say like to show people the VR, I would say Beat Saber,
Beat Saber, yeah,
definitely
it's
classic. Tetris, and then I would say maybe even like the horror. The Resident Evil's pretty fun too.
Yeah,
They
it's
can
fun.
take it.
It's scary.
It's scary, but it's fun.
Dude, that guy, we just light him on fire, but he still keeps coming back.
Dude, that game is so hard. There's so much to that game.
Also, there's like this creepy grandma that just sits in the corner, and then you turn around and she's gone. And I'm like, yo, that grandma, man, she's coming. She's, I don't know when, I don't know where, but she's coming, and I don't like it.
Remember that VHS tape you play? And then,
yeah.
Oh my god.
God, that was terrifying.
Oh, it's so scary.
But it's really well done. It's
Yeah.
really well done.
It's
effective.
It's impressive how much that game in VR can just take your emotions. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Compare watching a horror movie, like I don't know, whatever, like The Ring or whatever, compared to watching playing Resident Evil. You can't.
It's not the same.
It's not even the
It's
same.
not in the same category.
But that's what I'm curious about, like with Hitman. It's like, because that'll change it from like you being like a super assassin to, I imagine, when you're there, depending on how they use it, like to being a little paranoid about getting caught, like
Yeah.
in certain aspects.
Yeah,
right?
it'll be interesting because
I feel like it changes the tension a little.
yeah, your field of vision is minimized, so it'll be the more risk involved and more.
People are up in your face, whereas like
Yeah.
but maybe you just have to swing your arms around and bat people, so it's fine. I
Yeah,
don't know.
or like if it becomes more combative, then because usually you can play the entire thing without
killing anyone.
Yeah.
killing anyone other than the main person.
Yeah.
Right.
Unless you're other than your target, then you're like, I don't
Yeah.
want to kill the target.
Going back to
Just
Elder
live here.
Scrolls, my favorite thing was the Dark Brotherhood stuff, where you would like have to find a way to kill this one person, like in their
Yeah.
house or whatever. You had to find a way to like.
Oh, like make you look like an accident.
Yeah, that was always my favorite thing to do in
That's cool.
those games. Yeah, like let's say they have like a deer antler above
I
their
remember
head.
that.
You
I
have
was
to
about to
like
say that one, yeah.
You have to like I don't know, impersonate their like butler or like and give them like their tea to sit down at the chair. Maybe this didn't happen. I don't know. But then get them to sit in the chair. So then you got to loosen
falls or something.
loosen the
Like
deer antlers or whatever.
Yeah. So then the moose head just kind of falls on them, or deer head. Yeah.
Well, I think that was something
that
like
was
that.
a deer head. Yeah, yeah.
That was either a Skyrim or
I think that was Oblivion, because yeah, you would go behind the wall and then up to the thing, and you just loosen it.
yeah.
Then you'd hear,
Nice.
"Oh my god!" and then you'd like bolt out.
Was it like the worst death scene ever? Oh my
My
god!
That one and the bees.
Yeah.
The bees.
That'd be amazing.
But in truth, it was just Chungus.
Big Chungus, big Chungus.
Oh my Chungus!
The Chungus.
A big Chungus open world game. I feel like it'd be kind of be like King Kong.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or-
Unless he can grow in size and minimize.
No, it would be like Katamari Damacy, but you're big Chungus, and you just roll, and you just become a bigger Chungus.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
I play that.
Yeah.
It feels like a puzzle game just waiting to be made. Like you press X to eat, and then you get bigger, so you have to eat stuff
Yeah.
around you. And then when you get like big enough to go over a wall, you have to go down a pit, and you're like, well, I'm too big for that. So you like throw up with B and just blah blah blah.
That reminded me
That
of,
would have some issues for sure. But
Yeah.
of Overcooked. You
oh,
guys play
I
Overcooked?
love Overcooked.
But
yeah.
I'm thinking, I just remembered Moving Out, the new one. It's called Moving Out. It's on Game Pass, actually.
It's just about moving out.
Moving Out, man.
Yeah. God, I hate moving.
No, so you're a moving company. So you
Yeah.
basically have to like move furniture at someone's house in like a
As
time
fast as
limit.
Possible, yeah.
So you got
Players?
4 players, yeah.
All right.
So you got
we got a game.
Yeah, you have to bring your controllers over. I only got 2 Xbox ones. But
Nice.
so you got to like to move a couch, you got to like team up and carry and stuff. You can like break windows and like destroy the whole entire house before you move out and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, it's a fun time. I
should
played
do that.
with Anne, and then Anne played like 5. It's with Anne in
And she
games.
went back to Tetris and
Yeah, she plays like 5 minutes. It's like I'm stressed. I'm done. It's enough.
I tried playing Overcooked with Chanty, and
same thing.
yeah, but she's pretty good. Like I think maybe she was just stressed because Seb was playing with me online. So I think it was just dealing with Seb and I, who kind of have our own language, and we just
Right. And then there's
know what to
Liz.
do, and then we end up fucking up, and then yeah, it's
And then there's Liz, who just gets overly competitive, and she's like, fuck you guys, let's go again. And I'm like, okay,
everyone
sure.
I was talking to Scott in a Warzone match. He was saying that he played Warzone with Lids and Lid's mom.
Oh yeah.
But she couldn't figure out how to open the parachute. So she
Oh no.
No, I know how to drop and then reopen your parachute. So she had to float the entire way
Yeah.
down. She also couldn't open a door. It sounded like adorable. Yeah.
It's good times.
Yeah.
Sounds
I wish
hilarious.
you could just have like a character. It just is Lid's mom in the game, so you know that you can't. You
Yeah.
shouldn't kill her. Yeah.
That'd be
Like
great.
double health or something.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Regenerating armor.
Yeah.
All the shields. Give her all the shields.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Wild.
Yeah.
Fun times. Any
Fun
big
times.
open world games you're all looking forward to? Kind of coming out?
Cyberpunk, I guess.
Dude, Cyberpunk,
Cyberpunk,
of
yeah.
course.
That would
That's
be-
September?
It's November.
November.
They pushed it again, right?
So then I
Yeah,
guess
but they
we'll-
pushed it again like a while ago, no? So we
Yeah,
know
a couple
it was
months back.
November, right?
Yeah, a few months back, I guess.
So I guess well then I wonder if it'll launch with PS5 because that's also got free upgrade. So you buy that for PS4,
Right.
free or Xbox, free upgrade to next gen,
Yeah.
which is cool.
It might. It says November 17th, which is usually
That's like that's usually
yeah,
the date of
the
like
date of yeah. So yeah, Assassin's Creed Valhalla comes out like 2 days after it, which is gonna get destroyed by
Yeah.
Cyberpunk.
2 days after, oh, they're screwed.
Yeah. I don't know why.
both multi-plat because it's for Christmas. They have to release.
Yeah,
those
no, I know,
games.
but like I was just like, dude, come on, you know what's coming.
yeah.
Do you think they'll blame that for why they do poorly instead of potentially just
They
being
can't.
not a
Like
good
we
mix?
just know like.
There's usually always a big game coming out in November. There's always
Yeah.
that one, whether it's Red Dead, whether it's Halo's also launching probably that
Yeah.
same week, right?
Oh, to be fair, like Valhalla probably already had its release date set for a while, and then Cyberpunk pushed it.
Oh yeah, they
right?
pushed it back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so like Cyberpunk was supposed to already be out by now. It's supposed to come out in May or something, and then it got pushed to
yeah.
September, and then it got pushed to November. So it's like it's not like they didn't really have anything to do with it.
Yeah.
They were like, we already had our date, and then they got closer to it, and now we're fucked.
Like, damn it!
It's okay, we still have Far Cry. It's fine. Far Cry 6.
Is that November?
No, that comes out in February.
That looks cool. That looks
Does look
actually because that looks like
interesting.
a Far Cry game I would. The last one I got into was Far Cry 3.
Same.
But that one looks like it's got the rumblings of like, okay, this looks different enough where
Me
I
too.
can
Yeah. It looks
Yeah.
interesting. I like the villain looks interesting, like
the
like
friggin'
Boss
Breaking
would.
Bad, yeah.
Exactly. Like
Yeah.
Giancarlo. He's killing it, man. He's in everything.
Dude, yeah.
Far Cry, Boys, Mando.
He's in Boys now?
He's in the Boys. Yeah.
yeah,
he is.
Yeah, he's gonna be like the main villain
Oh,
for the
wow.
second season. He's just a
Yeah,
good villain.
yeah, I guess because what's his name? Burn through the eyes.
Yeah,
of the,
yeah. She got
Yeah.
crispy.
What was his name? The
Homelander?
Homelander.
Yeah.
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 So
Yeah, no,
crispy.
he's killing it.
Yeah. That's in a few weeks. The new season of Boys.
That's right.
That's,
September.
That's awesome.
The first week.
I'm
of
gonna binge
September.
through that.
It's gonna
so
be
hard.
brutal.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
bloody.
Yeah, that Amazon Prime is underrated.
Yeah, they got some good shows.
They got some good stuff.
They got some good stuff.
Especially when it's like you get your Prime, and then it just comes with it.
Yeah.
Right. So there you go.
Might as well check out some movies and TV shows, and because we
You're good
just
to go.
never have enough TV shows
Have you seen what's the new one they launched? The
on
no
Prime.
not on Prime. No, the new service. They've got
Oh.
like the new.
There's HBO Max. There's
This one's more for your phone. Come
Quibi?
on. Oh, is that penalty shot? I don't know. Hooking, it's not.
is it Quibi?
Quibi, yeah, Quibi,
yeah.
right? They got
I
a
thought
bunch
they lost
of
a lot of
stuff.
money, didn't they?
They did.
Quibi
yeah.
lost a load of money.
Yeah.
Because like,
They still keep advertising it though. It's all over YouTube.
because they're trying to get. They're
Yeah.
like, we're so far in.
But like they got so much star power behind all their shows. I don't understand.
But I feel like you can only watch on your phone or at least mobile
Yeah,
that's the
devices.
idea. Yeah.
Like that's
It's a
so
mobile thing?
stupid.
Yeah, that was their pitch. So the idea is that you can flip your phone either way and it always works. But it's like that means that the cinematography's got to be shot so specifically that
Yeah.
you don't lose anything when you're on vertical.
Exactly.
But who wants
you
to
gain something when you like it makes no sense. Like
Who wants to watch this stuff on their phones?
Yeah, exactly.
I would never. I would
No.
Like I can't even watch like a Netflix show on my phone unless it's like
Family Guy.
or a documentary. That
Yeah.
sounds
I watch Family Guy on my phone while washing dishes.
only YouTube for me.
Oh,
even
yeah,
me. I
YouTube,
watch
yeah.
YouTube. That's about
Yeah,
it.
that's it.
Especially when they have like big budget shows and movies on
I
there.
didn't realize it was like an exclusive mobile thing. Like
No, it makes no sense.
Soon they'll make it. Soon they're gonna have
They
it.
have to, yeah.
It's kind of like it's with like Apple TV where you have to pretty much have a MacBook or
With Quibi or
no, just in general, like Apple TV.
Yeah,
You have
yeah.
to have like the Apple TV box.
yeah. Well, Apple has their own streaming service as well, right? Apple TV.
Sorry,
Plus.
Apple TV Plus. Yeah, that's what I meant. Is that you have to have the box?
Yeah.
Which is stupid. Like I don't want to watch a show on my phone. Like me and Ann have it, but I want to watch friggin'
Yeah, it makes
the shows
no
on my
sense.
phone, right?
Oh, I thought that was just like an additional option. I didn't realize that was
No.
like the selling point
I
of
think
this
that was
thing.
a selling point.
That's
yeah.
a terrible selling point.
Oh, it's so stupid. Yeah.
You're watching cinematic content. You don't want to watch it on a 5-inch screen. Like what?
No,
No,
like,
exactly. Then shoot it at like 480p. Like no one gives a shit.
Yeah,
man.
shoot it on your phone.
Yeah,
so you
shoot
can
it
watch it on your phone.
Yeah, on your iPhone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they have cool shows. They have that one with the guy from It's Always Sunny, and it's like a video game.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like,
That
I would
looked pretty
totally
good.
watch that.
It's like a video game developing company, right?
Yeah. But
That
I don't-
looks
I don't wanna-
fun,
I
and
don't want
it's
to
an
like sit
office
on
comedy.
my phone and watch this, right? But again, like they want you to buy the Apple TV.
Yeah,
box,
I get it.
Right?
It's just a terrible marketing plan.
yeah, it's stupid.
Oh man. But on the other hand, HBO Max actually looks like it's got some decent shows coming out, which I was just skeptical about because it's just another streaming service. But it looks.
But they have that on Crave, don't they?
Yeah.
So at least-
yeah, Canadians have it on through Crave.
Good.
So it's all just going to Crave?
Yeah, because HBO, right? They
Yeah.
they already have their HBO.
I'm alright with that.
Yeah.
Do you have Crave?
I have Crave.
It's too expensive.
Well, you guys can come over.
Yeah,
Make it worth
20
it.
$20 a month. I guess we can make a family plan for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do that. But $20 a month it's hard to justify.
Yeah.
Yeah, but family plan, no worries.
Yeah, let's do
We're
that.
Family.
They
That's
update
fine.
it pretty often
Small
too.
cast family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They update it pretty frequently. So.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's good. I like
It's got
I would say the
killer shows.
content.
It's really good.
I'd rank it probably
Like
the top tier
probably
for
yeah.
sure.
Top three, I would say.
Netflix is way more. They
I
just
feel like
throw you
Netflix,
content.
Crave, Amazon, probably.
I might drop Amazon a bit below that even. Yeah, just because of the type of the amount of content.
I guess
The amount,
once
right.
once they start
Like
putting
the
out
quality's
the
high, right? But
yeah, once they start
Yeah.
putting out like the Disney Plus shows, then I will then that'll gain a little bit more credit. But right now, there's like nothing on Disney Plus. Although National Geographic is great.
it's cool.
Yes, it's very nice.
I dislike that they bought it just because I
Need more IPs, yeah.
Yeah.
But they are like producing a ton. Like, have you ever watched the Jeff Goldblum show?
I haven't. No.
Pretty good.
Sounds good. Yeah.
It's actually
That's-
really
that's one
funny.
actually that would be.
It's just
cool to
him doing
watch.
like shit that he's never done before or never bothered to think about. Like, there's a whole thing on tattoos, for example, and then he goes to a town that is like Jeff Goldblum Day, so a bunch of people are getting Jeff Goldblum tattoos, and then he'll just
Insane.
visit the tattoo shop and then
Pose for
tattoo
them.
someone.
I feel like with
Jeff
I feel like
Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum. I miss the meme culture of him. Like I missed. I don't know what. Like, yeah.
What do you mean? Like,
No, like
he's
wa-
a meme. He's just a walking meme.
I guess, but I think I missed all
Like, you didn't
that.
jump on- you
Like
didn't
I
get on
didn't
the
follow
train.
those.
Yeah.
I never got on the train.
Yeah.
I think because I only watched him in like the Jurassic Park,
Park.
stuff, and then
That was pretty much
I didn't
it.
like him in not Troy. Thor.
Thor.
Forgot
right,
the H.
right.
Tron.
Thor.
Troy. I was like Tron. Troy.
Troy,
No,
Thor.
Tor.
Uh,
I am
Thor
Tor.
Ragnarok. He was hilarious in that.
Yeah. He was good.
Love that movie. That's like that might be my favorite.
It's a good movie.
That's one of my favorite
It was very
MCU
fun,
ones.
yeah.
Love the
First
Spider-Man
movie
ones.
Credit. It was good times.
Okay, we get it, big boy. All right, big shot.
Yeah, just some random ass name amongst the thousands of names. But yeah, he was good. That was a good show. That's one of the good. Although like National Geographic is just fun to not for Jeff Goldblum, more for the other animals.
For the other
the
animal.
other animals. You know what?
Jeff is an animal, brah. An animal.
Dude, he's an
Fuck.
animal.
Freaking animal, dude. Is he an animal? You know what's an underrated show on Disney Plus? The High School Musical, the series.
Right.
Do you know about this?
No, I don't even believe you.
Oh, it's that. Okay, no,
That's
it's true.
real, man.
It's real.
No.
So it's a show.
Yes.
So it's a show.
I refuse.
No, it's a show.
I've canceled it.
It was a show. It took place. So it's not a reality show. It's scripted, but it takes place in the school where High School Musical was filmed. So in this universe, High School Musical exists. Okay?
Like as a show or
As a show. So
As a movie.
So it's
as
our
a movie.
world.
Yeah, so it's I guess. So it's our world. Okay.
I genuinely am not trying to be difficult.
I know.
I don't understand the premise of this thing.
Okay, so it's Our World Now, but it's a scripted show, and it takes but in our reality, the high school where the show was filmed.
They hate the show?
No. So the high school is it's in real life. The high school is not actually real.
Yeah.
But in the show, it's a real high school.
I'm going to tell you honestly, this is the worst pitch I've ever heard.
So the show exists in real life, but the high school where it's filmed is where it takes place. Correct?
Yeah. So in this show, the actual high school is real.
Right.
Right. So it's
So it's a real high school with everyday kids.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And Zac Efron and the actors came in, they filmed the movie here. So they're like, oh my God, we all love High School Musical because it was filmed at our school.
Right, okay, gotcha.
There we go.
Is it based on
caught
their
on.
school?
Yeah, so it's that school.
Like they're the
that was the
Wildcats,
location.
like the actual
I
Wildcats?
think they are the Wildcats.
Got
Yeah,
it.
I'm almost positive.
That's the only reference I can tell you from High School Musical.
Don't
Yeah.
worry, that goes right over my head.
They're
I
actually
realize
very,
that. I see it in your eyes.
They're actually very good movies. The second one I think has the best songs. Story not, but the second one is damn good, it's catchy. But first one, I would say best overall story. Third one, it was in theaters, best cinematography, best overall, I would say, movie in regards to quality like that. But they all have their pros and cons. We'll have our High School Musical podcast next time. All right, it's fine.
Just to say, I watched the third one in movie theaters. I regretted my choice.
Did you watch the first two before?
Yes, I had seen them because of my cousin who took me to the third one.
I wasn't a big fan of the third one, honestly, but I can respect it for what it was.
I shit on it the entire time, and the people in front of me were not pleased.
I would not blame you. I would not blame them, honestly, for being. I should have rephrased that.
I had a good
fuck you,
time.
Annie.
No, you're rude. So and then in the show, for a tribute, they make their own High School musical
Okay.
in the show.
Right.
Right? And they
Gotcha.
based on the characters. So like, oh, I want to be Zac Efron's character. I want to be Vanessa Hudgens.
Right.
It's actually, the singing's way better because they're actually all professional dancers and singers.
Yeah.
Right. It's actually pretty funny. And it's
Got a season 2.
It's getting season 2. It's probably the best. It's the best High School Musical content. I think it's actually way better than the movies. The movies are just ironically fun,
Right.
Yeah.
right? But these are actually
Genuinely
a
fun.
good show.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. So
It is, because I initially when I saw it, I thought it was just kind of like a spin-off or something like that. But then it's a bit more meta than that.
it's extremely meta and
self-aware.
yeah, it's actually very unique and it's quite cool.
That's a good take on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's the pitch.
And
It makes a lot more sense now.
Yes.
it's hard to describe.
No, yeah. If we had to do a pitch bible for that, I would have been lost.
We just ended up
From the
singing the High
get-go.
School Musical songs.
So imagine High School Musical is
In
a show.
real life.
And then
where
no,
we're
but
filming the people who are watching the show get made because it's in their high school, and this show is about them.
and all the Hamilton actors are doing it.
But this time we get like real singers and dance. It's like, oh, okay.
That's the difference. Zac Efron's like, I can sing.
He can never sing.
He's got a show on Netflix right now.
He does.
Which
It's kind of neat. I've seen a couple
yeah,
episodes.
Down to
Yeah.
Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good show.
I'm really curious. At first, I was like, it's another celebrity doing I'm enjoying my
yeah.
life while you guys have to work for shit.
It's
And
actually
then
like, I
it's-
feel like he's using his name to get the show out there.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
exactly. That's the sensation I got after I watched the trailer. I still need to watch the actual episodes, but
Yeah,
it has
'cause
intrigued me.
He's actually not even the main. I mean, it certainly follows it through his eyes, but he's kind of shadowing someone else who is an actual environmentalist.
Wicked.
So he's
So
just
he's
learning.
learning.
Yeah.
He's there and he's very humble about everything. as
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
right?
He's kind of, you can tell he's kind of going through like this change or shift in his life and perception of things.
Yeah.
Where he's just like, oh, okay, like there's way more out there and things are much bigger than we would normally imagine them to be.
Yeah.
So it's very, yeah, like you said, it's very humbling. Very good. I definitely recommend it.
Yeah, so
I'll
you
watch it,
got to watch
for
High
sure.
School Musical, the whole movies, and the series, and then you
The trilogy.
That's like the Zac Efron chronological movie.
Yes. Then you got to watch 17 again.
Yeah, then you got to watch 17 again.
Again.
Yeah.
So I'm subscribing from Netflix.
And then we eventually get to Down to Earth.
Yeah. You have to earn Down to Earth.
Yes. You go watch his YouTube videos
Yeah.
before that. So you're familiar with all the people around him, like his brother.
I know you guys are joking, but I genuinely don't want to watch it anymore. You had me, and then you just threw me away.
Yes, I throw it away.
So what games are being made from High School Musical? An open
There's
world game?
definitely been like karaoke,
like karaoke,
games.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Just Dance?
Like a
Yeah,
high
I'd
school
love-
simulator
Yes.
of
High
High
School
School Musical
Musical.
would be pretty cool.
But is it going to be the actual High School Musical or the musical of the high school that it takes place in?
what if it was the High School Musical, the musical, the series, video game, but
The
it
musical.
takes place, yes, but it takes place
VR.
in VR and also in Hamilton times.
Oh, no.
That's a period
So you're
piece.
running for class president and you're also running for president.
No, so you play the developer. You play the developers.
Oh, we're
of-
getting meta.
Yeah. So you're the guys making the game
Based on
based
the series,
on
which
the
is
series
based on
that's
the
based
movie.
on the movie High School Musical.
The book.
That's
Don't score. Oh, is that a penalty shot? I hope not.
Dude, that joke scored though, so it's okay.
Yeah. That joke scored. Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
there I go.
Yeah. I kind of want to watch the rest of the Canucks game because there's 10 minutes left.
All
And
right.
we're at about 2 hours. So
We
I
can
think
wrap
that's
this
probably
up.
good.
Yep. We didn't cover much of the.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, we did.
It was all. We did so much open world.
We jumped in and out. Chungus
It
helped
was
out.
very. Chungus helped.
all
He
good.
ate a lot of the
This-
world. So. It's not my fault. Chungus came in here, ate all of it. What are we gonna
So
talk
it was
about?
open world. It was open
This
buffet.
was-
you
Yeah.
know?
This was an open world podcast, so we explored everything.
Exactly.
Yeah, honestly,
It was
bringing
open.
up Big Chungus in the open world, that just makes sense.
The key word was open.
And Big
And
Chungus.
world.
And Big Chungus. Hey,
I don't know the rest of the song.
That's the
that's
song.
the song?
about it.
I'll play it for you afterwards.
Big Chungus.
So,
Big Chungus.
What's for the next episode? What are we thinking?